Right, we're on.
Kind of wins live as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Welcome everyone to another episode of North London Is. We've had another little break due to someone crying off with a bit of a sore throat and a runny nose.
Very severe. Very severe illness. Yeah. I'm lucky I made it.
Yeah, man flu.
No, I don't know what it was. I think it was like a bit of a chest infection or something. I don't
know. Yeah. If no one could swear in the first 5 minutes, that'd be great. Because apparently the algorithms on YouTube don't. If you swear in the first 5 minutes, then they just bin you off. So keep it out. After 5 minutes is free for all. Yeah.
We'll do the countdown.
Yeah. We've only been like
watch it all go down.
So you got a long wait.
Yeah.
Right. I think we've got quite a bit to get into. I think because it's been a while, hasn't it?
Been what, a week and a half?
I think. Yeah. We was going to do last Wednesday. My evening things finish soon, so go back to Mondays. Like that, we'll be finished before the end of the World Cup. So I don't know what we do there, but yeah, I think the last thing we talked about was before you played Chelsea that weekend, wasn't it?
Before we battered them.
Yeah. But to be honest, the way games are going at the moment, I can't even remember who we played. Was that wasn't the Bournemouth game, was it?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was Liverpool, wasn't it? It was Liverpool.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Liverpool were hanging on, weren't they? Like I was getting, they were hanging on for dear life.
So we've had Liverpool, you Chelsea, and then the weekend just gone. And we had the cup game.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about that one.
I think we'll skip that altogether. What do you reckon?
But the thing is, I think in all fairness, we both went for tactical losses. I think we should call it.
Yeah. No, we did, and we were just shit. Yeah.
Well,
it's worth that. Oh, we'll have to talk quickly. We'll have a quick 10-second talk about that one, and then we'll talk about the season so far. I think I know I'll be the happier back in set, but there you go. Maybe we'll talk about the World Cup. See where we get on.
What is worth?
Yeah. So first come, first serve. So I think you lot played first, didn't you?
We were Sunday morning, weren't we? 12 o'clock.
That was it.
Yeah. I think you played the Saturday, didn't you?
No, we played the Sunday.
I know you had a Sunday.
4 o'clock. No, I for life of me can't remember the score predictions. Does anyone remember them?
Well, I think me and Dan said 2-1 us, 2-1 Arsenal.
No, someone said about 3-0 or something. I remember.
No, that's probably me. To be fair, I was quite confident. I was quite confident you lot will get smashed as well, but.
Yeah, I think you said 5-0 against us.
I went right out there. I thought, well, do you know what?
Yeah. You was on about your 13 by then, so I'll let you off.
We thought we were good that game actually.
I didn't watch it. Not gonna lie.
I was. We had a lot of the ball. It was a bit sort of messy in the middle, but I thought we were really good, really professional.
To be fair, I think we were just much the better team. Much better. They didn't get sniffed.
I don't remember Ramsdale making a save, to be honest.
No, do you know what, I'll be honest. All I remember from that game is Aubameyang playing a bit of rondo with the defence.
Yeah, how did he get on? I know he got a great reception.
Yeah, probably had 8 touches in the whole time he was on the pitch.
8 touches in the whole game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
60 minutes he was on. Then he got dragged.
yeah, exactly. Oh, kicking and screaming, did he?
No. But
he's had his money for the day. Thank you very much.
That's well and truly. The thing is, I think for me, I expected us to win. We did, and it was very easy. Is the honest answer.
I actually think that's a bit of a marker, really, because a lot of people again were still doubting.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea away, as you said, you got a good record there anyway. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
I was on your side.
I know our record was quite good, but we've won there three years on a bounce now.
Yeah, so you had a good record there. Yeah, look, I can't take nothing away. We went there and got hammered, but managed to nick a draw.
Yeah, they're definitely not the Chelsea of
6
months ago or even a year ago, but
no,
they're
at the end of the day, still a difficult place to go, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got some good players still.
I'll give you that. That was a good result. I wasn't surprised, but I was more annoyed. I thought, oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, 4 minutes 55, and he swears. God.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Come on, man. I've been biting my lip and everything for fuck's
I
sake.
forgot about that. So as soon as I start thinking about it, I get the ump.
Dan was holding himself back.
Yeah.
I really fucking was. Ah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, well, that's well, you fucked that, didn't you?
Yeah, as you've been
well, yeah.
cancelled.
That's the algorithm done. Yeah, bollocks to it.
But yeah, no, it was. I enjoyed the game actually. Did enjoy it.
Yeah, so I didn't watch it at all. I was busy doing something.
Getting ready for your game.
I can't. My memory's getting worse. I think I can't remember what I did yesterday at the time.
Yes,
we had Liverpool. Oh, that was a typical Spurs game. That was, mate. First half shit. Second half good.
Yep.
So, Jenny, I don't remember the scoreline there.
2-1.
2-1. But apparently Liverpool were holding on at the end, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like an Alamo. But to be honest, I wouldn't say it was their keeper making saves. It was just them having to defend. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between having to defend and then your keeper's pulling off worldies. Do you know what I mean? There's a
just whacking a ball in there.
Yeah, we're just crossing it for fun. Let's be honest, we're set piece merchants now, so we're just trying to get goals that way. I think we scored a good goal. I can't remember who scored. It was Kane, was it Kane?
Yeah, Kane scored, yep.
Yeah, he smashed it across the keeper, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, the first goal was
What's name fucked up?
Salah. Yeah. Dyer fucked up for the second one.
Yeah, Dyer passed the ball.
I think all of them fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah,
for the
now I
first-
remember.
Yeah, 50p head. Second one, all of them fucked up for the first one because they just all. So I mean, you got defense in numbers, yet they still manages to have a free man. I don't understand. That's why I'm not a fan of.
Center of the box when he shot that.
Yeah, he could have done whatever he wanted. Yeah.
No one there.
Yeah, he had time to pick his corner and everything. Bear in mind, he had to control it first and still managed to do it and then whack it in. It's a bit pathetic, really. That's why I'm not a fan of sometimes a back three because then sort of normally when you go four, you go, that's your man, that's your man, that's your man. Everyone's got their responsibility. When it's a free, it's like whoever's in the zone or whatever picked up, and then there's always a sort of like it's quite easy to pass off accountability.
Yeah, I think only
no one takes it and goes, especially with our three, no one goes, right, we'll have him. Because obviously, you got half a brain, you'll mark the most dangerous player, make sure he don't get any time on the ball. But no, not Tottenham.
The thing is, that's just the way you've been all season, though, isn't it?
I was going to say that. Yeah.
The second goal was just an Eric Dyer masterclass. Trying to head it back 30 yards and ends up heading it about 2 yards. And Salah goes,
yeah.
Thanks for that.
I remember when watching it, I think to myself, how do?
You don't want to hear what I was saying, mate. He was.
Well, he's gone past the 5 minute mark, so you're feel free
I
to.
was like, what a fucking idiot. I just kept my missus like, ooh, what? I said, this fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. She watching that. It's like, oh, she was like, I said, what a fucking idiot. So what's he done? I said, watch. She went, oh, yeah. What was he doing? I said, well, when you find out, you let me know. He don't know. You think it's bad enough we have problems as it is without people doing that. And it makes you laugh. He's going to the World Cup. I don't know, but he's mistakes after mistakes after mistake at the moment.
Yeah, what I can't understand is a team that's as defensive as you are that concedes that many goals.
Because we're not defensive, we're just negative. There's difference.
Yeah, exactly. I was going
Under Mourinho, we were defensive, but we didn't concede many goals. Yeah, we didn't. You didn't get many chances. Do you know what I mean? Like proper chances. We might have been sitting deep, but that's the difference between then you getting clear cut chances. So, but now we just give chance away for fun.
I was gonna say, Pete, I think the Liverpool game just kind of sums up everything that we do as a club. We come out, we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna be passive. We're gonna let the other team have the ball. We're gonna let them get scoring chances. Then we're gonna get behind, and then all of a sudden we're gonna turn it on and try to score some goals. It's the same thing week in, week in, and week out.
Mark's obviously a big fan of Dyer.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more, mate. He is dreadful, honestly. I've never known a player more aptly named. Yeah. Than that. Do you know what I mean? It's
Is Romero's injury record, is that getting a worry now, is it?
He's not injured. He's just waiting for the World Cup.
Resting. He's resting
Yeah.
for the World Cup.
Toss-up.
Richarlison, like,
Yeah,
You
or
see that?
Charlton will run up, but
you see that video of him when he got called up to the old Brazil squad? Ain't been seen in a month. He was running around doing the conga, wasn't he?
Yeah,
no, he
was
started the last game for us, didn't he?
doing the salsa.
yeah.
Did he start against Leeds?
I think he did. I think
Didn't he come on for Kane in
I
the
think McGee's
60th
here.
minute?
Hang on.
What was the question?
Oh no, that was against Nottingham Forest, wasn't it?
Richarlison started the Leeds game, I believe. And came off.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, I think you'd say he was.
He came off, I believe. Maybe I think Betancourt, maybe not Betancourt. Basuma came on for him.
I'll be honest. Well, I got a bit confused with that and Nottingham Forest game.
Well, Forest
Yeah,
game,
the League Cup game that you're talking about.
it was about as exciting as if you flush the toilet and watch the water go down it. That was about as exciting as the cup game was midweek for us.
The thing is, in all fairness, I watched your lot purely on the basis that I couldn't get an Arsenal stream anywhere. So I thought, well, go on and I'll have a laugh with your lot. And it was.
What surprised me actually with Tottenham is they played a relatively strong side, didn't they?
They did. They went for it.
That's a lot of the, like, if you're in a lot of these Tottenham group chats and stuff like that, these people, that's the argument. It's like, we played a strong team just to play like that. Just give guys a rest. And then after the game, Conte's always like, Kane's tired, Betancourt's tired, Bornberg's tired. Well, then don't play them.
Well, I just didn't see the logic in it.
We lost anyway. What's it matter? Try something new.
The thing is, you didn't just lose, man. You got bad.
Yeah, I agree.
The reality is, Nottingham Forest they're just so much better than you on a night. I was quite surprised with how strong you went.
Me too.
I was expecting changes for Arsenal when we did 10, and we got out. The truth of the matter is, he didn't want that League Cup. We'll let that one go.
Yeah, to be honest, it wound me up a little bit. Not so much that we haven't got having less games is fine, but I think we know we're probably not going to win the league. But that's a winnable competition. I don't think he could have played the Europa League side rather than even drop them, didn't he? He was playing a real.
Yeah. The thing is, it was a mixture really because Saliba was there.
There was a few in there, but I feel sorry for the keeper a little bit because he fucked that one.
Oh, mate. I see the goal that he. Yeah.
Did Turner play goal that game? I didn't see that game for you guys. Did Turner play?
No, unfortunately not. We played my third goalkeeper.
It was his first ever game, and it was for their first goal. A through ball went through. He come running out, slipped over, fell over, got up again, and then as the striker just beat him to it, and he just fucking cleared the geezer out. But yeah, no, it frustrated me a little bit actually because I thought it's a winnable competition. I think we could have done a bit better.
Yeah, I can hear you, Pete.
Right, I'm going to shut the camera down. I will be listening and I can talk, but I don't think the three people watching want to watch me eat
Slapping your
chicken and
chops.
chips. Yeah, and I've got to eat it because there'll be a time of doing it stone bloody cold. I'm starving.
All good, crack on.
What did you think? Did you go or
to what, the Arsenal match?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish, mate. Listen, I can't even get on a bus. I can't go to the football. But I was flicking between obviously watching Tottenham get beat and Sky Sports.
Yeah.
Just watching the score go. We were 1-0 and then obviously 1-1 and then they took over.
It was, I think from what I heard, it was actually a bit of an odd game because we did actually play quite well.
Yeah,
we had a lot of ball. We had a lot of shots.
What games are we talking about, by the way?
The Brighton League Cup.
Talking about League Cup.
I think we had a lot of shots in that, but it was just nothing they could score. To be honest, I mean, Eddie Nketiah hit the post, didn't he? And
Nketiah can't score. I don't believe that.
Yeah. But it was just I don't know, it's just something about it, it frustrated me. It's like one of them games, when you play them games where you get like a 4-4 draw away from home.
Yeah, it's like a loss.
What a game. To me, they're the worst kind of games because they can score 4 goals away from home and not win. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'll be honest with you, it annoyed me because it stopped the run. But in the same sense, I I think he's thinking to himself, we've got quite a lot of fixtures in January as well.
Yeah.
Do we need that extra pressure right now for the League Cup? Because at the end of the day, it don't qualify you for anything. Sorry?
What was that, Stiffy?
I said, do you guys have a lot of players going to the World Cup? Like 50
10.
how many guys?
Is it 10, is it?
How many?
Yeah, we have 10.
Do you
Yeah.
guys know what the average is for the Premier League?
Sorry?
I'm not sure. What's the average for the Premier League?
I don't know. Is the honest answer?
I'd imagine probably
I think
Tottenham are quite high, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we got easily, I believe, probably it's over 10.
Because
I think it's a big factor going forward, like you're saying, with the fixtures, congestion.
Can you hear me munching?
No.
no, not really.
Good.
To be fair, the way I look at it is every single team in London went out in that competition.
Yeah, that was that Cheltenham, the only ones left, weren't they? That was odd, wasn't it?
But you know, when you're there going, a lot of teams look at that and go, right, we can blood the kids with that. Arsene Wenger was classic for it. But I think personally, he gave it a go, and Brighton were just stronger on the day.
A bit of the problem we now
Sorry?
send all our best kids out on loan, really, don't we? Like probably most clubs. So we're in the sort of the Wenger times. We actually used to go to quarterfinals, semi-finals with the kids,
and then take out the grown-ups take over.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that anymore because obviously all your best players are out on loan, aren't they?
Yeah,
we've got 4 or 5 out on loan, and you can't really. But yeah, so it wasn't too disappointed, but I was frustrated, really.
Yeah, no, I can understand it. Like I said, it ended the streak at home. First and foremost, you want to keep that going for as long as you can. But in the same sense, we came out against Wolves at a tricky game and responded to that loss. So obviously, we'll get into that game afterwards. But I think a lot of people there going, it's a tactical loss.
Yeah. I see a lot of Arsenal fans on Twitter.
I see the gamble with it.
Celebrating it. Saying, we didn't want to be in it, blah, blah, blah. But I just...
No, look, the thing is, if you're in a competition, you want to win it. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, he put a team out that he thought on the day was going to be good enough to beat Brighton. Personally, I think it's a bit wrong because Brighton are a very good team. But at the end of the day, we were competitive throughout the match from what I can work out. They were just a bit more better finishing on the night than we was.
What annoyed me the most was when I saw the teams, I thought, we ain't going to win it. So I had a bet, right? Brighton to beat Arsenal, Tottenham to beat Forest.
Oh, you didn't.
It was like 8-1, I think it was.
Fuck you now.
So I got one of them right, and then Tottenham just went and got fucking absolutely fucking done. I can believe it. Well, fucking
the worst thing about it, they proper did as well.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. As soon as I saw the team, I was disappointed because I wanted to see some of the other players play. Like, because I was having a Giuseppe Contestament, I was having arguments in the old WhatsApp group that we got, the Spurs one. Because you think about it, you got the World Cup. When it comes back, it's going to be all hands to the pump, isn't it? Games galore, yeah? Players going to be tired. And then you got, if you're still in all 4 competitions, for us, we've got Champions League, the League, the FA Cup will start, and you've got the League Cup.
You're not in the League Cup.
No, but I'm saying if we went through, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then you think, for the quality and depth of our squad ain't enough to challenge in all 4 of those competitions. So I knew we were going to go out at some point, because we're not good enough to win it. But so I'm like, well, why not give Brian Hill a game? Why not we got lad Papa Matasar, who we've never actually seen a game. Why not give Jed Spence a game? Yeah, what have you got to lose?
I'm surprised Spence didn't play. Playing against Forest as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, every other club uses that competition. You have to have one where you use as a bit of a platform for your sort of squad players and the younger players. Yeah, because under 23s football is not competitive for them. Yeah, because you see these players scoring goals galore and then get the first team, they're shit. Yep. So they have to play. You did it with the Europa League, and then you benefited out of that with Saka and Smith Rose and Martinelli's and all that. Even in this competition, Martinelli used to play all the time. Willock the Pillock and all that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you sold these players for fees. Do you know what I mean? Or they become part of your squad. For us, so we're still playing the strongest squad we had on the night, pretty much. We're already out of form. So you think they're tired, they're playing poorly, freshen it up. What have you got to lose? If you go out, at least we've seen some of these players. Because that was for me. I knew we ain't good enough to win it. So I'm like, because I had people like, I want a trophy. I was like, well, let's take it, have it right. We're not going to win this trophy. Yeah, forget about what you want. It ain't going to happen. So then you can say, right, what can I get out of this competition? Well, I can have a look at some young players and see what they can do. Yeah, because we don't know. Because you're not going to risk them in the Champions League. You're not going to risk them in the league. And eventually, you're going to get injuries, and these players will have to come in. So why not have a look?
You got that young lad, Alfie Devine, in, yeah?
Yeah, we've got quite a few of them.
There's a lot of noise about him, about going on loan in January.
Yeah.
It would have been it would have been lovely to see some of the younger Spurs players, so to speak, given a chance.
Yeah, because the old ones ain't doing it.
Because your first team, in all fairness, let's be fair, all right, you're up there in the Premier League, but the truth of the matter is they're fucked.
I agree.
The World Cup's probably come at a good time for them, if I'm honest.
Well, not if they're playing a lot.
We got 11 playing in the World Cup.
But I think, to be honest, I'm sitting in there thinking, as much as frustrated I was, to be a Tottenham fan, it must be a lot more frustrating because at least we're going for the league. Tottenham ain't got no chance to win the league.
No, come on, listen, we're not gonna. We're in the mix. Let's be fair, but we're not going to win it.
At least we're there. We could realistically win the Europa League. Tottenham not realistically not going to win the Champions League. So you think, right, they've got two competitions left: FA Cup and
League Cup.
League Cup. I know it's only a League Cup, but when you look at the teams that actually went out that night,
in hindsight,
but Man United, the League Cup the last thing they won.
Man United went out, didn't they go out?
Yeah.
Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, all these teams went out. You think, well, actually, that would probably win their best chance of getting something.
The difference, I think, between us and you lot would be for you lot, you're pretty much resting players a lot of time in Europa League.
Yeah.
So you probably could have had a better stab at that competition and then do a bit of juggling. Do you know what I mean? Because your players are playing pretty much Saturday to Saturday, aren't they? Because in Europa League, you're playing other players. Not all of them, but majority of other players don't play in Europa League, do they? The majority of your first teamers,
no.
you
and also
heavily.
Because we won the group in the
you got a bit of luxury there.
We've got 2 weeks off basically, where other teams play.
Yeah, so you could have had a better stab at that. But in the day, you got to rotate. It's just how it goes.
Oh yeah.
So you got to pick your battles. I don't know. What do you think, Giuseppe? What do you think of the team?
I think, well, as far as like the FA Cup, when we were talking in the group chat, I was in agreement with you about playing like Spence and Theo and all these other guys. Just for the simple fact that you know that you have Kane and Betancourt and Højbjerg and all these guys are going to go to the World Cup. You know, they're going to play however many games, practices, all this other stuff, and they're going to come back and they're going to just be absolutely gassed. And then the baffling thing, like we've talked about before, was Conte comes out after the game and says how tired all these guys were, but yet he chose to play them instead of giving somebody else a chance to. If you knew they were that tired, you got to assume that he knew that we were probably not going to get a result, right?
Yeah.
So at least go for it. Even if Kane starts on the bench, if he's tired, maybe he comes in, it's 0-0, it's got 30 minutes to put one in and steal a win. That's kind of
it, yeah.
Anyway, you know?
You have to you start with a weaker team and then you got the big guns on the bench. Bear in mind, we were playing Nottingham on Forest's B team.
Yeah,
it's a disgrace.
I think Conte's one of the problems that I have with him is that he's just so stubborn about certain things, and I think the selection is part of the stubbornness. So, like, take a player like Brian Hill. He comes out and he says, "Yeah, we want him to go out on loan, but we couldn't get anybody in. So basically, he's here. Now he's going to go out on loan in January. So we're not going to really play him because we got to make sure we can get a fee for get him out on loan, basically, right?" So it's like he's stubborn like that. Like if he knows that they're going to try to get somebody out, he just won't play them. Spence is supposed to go out on loan in January. He won't play Spence. He doesn't want to play him. He doesn't want to play Heel. He doesn't want to play Devine. He doesn't want to play all these guys who are supposed to go out in January. And I think that's simply wrong. I think those guys need to play. Who cares?
Yeah, he does it a bit to the detriment of the team, really. Doesn't he? Whether he's just trying to prove a point to the board that these are the only players that can play and these are the only ones that are good enough. But I don't help anyone else out, does it?
No,
but we know that. The thing is, if you play these players and they have a good game, then you've got a better chance of getting someone to want to loan them because they think, "Oh, he look good. I'll have a look at it. I might borrow him."
Well, the thing is, and especially if you think about it, like that Alfie Devine, I think he's looking at Championship, or maybe League One. He gets a decent game, looks a bit decent, and you get like one of the lower teams in the Premiership go, we'll have a little sniff at him.
Exactly.
And then he's playing higher caliber football. You look at Conor Gallagher. Last season, Crystal Palace, he was amazing. And this season, in all fairness, you've hardly even seen him.
No.
I know he scored against Crystal Palace, but other than that, there's not really been much of him.
Yeah. I think he might have got hurt. I think.
But I also think changing one player at a time is not going to make that much difference to a team. So if you take out anyone, if you take out an Emerson Royal and put Jed Spence in just to freshen it up a little bit, what difference is that going to make?
Listen, as soon as you take Emerson Royal out of the team, he gets better. Don't get me started on that. Do not get me started on that.
That's a great point.
You take out a Højbjerg and put in Basuma, it's not going to make a huge difference to the team, is it? And it's going to rest players. The only one you obviously can't do is Kane, really, because
he's one who needs it out of all of them.
Well,
we bought a player like Pepe Sa, right? And all these fans are saying this guy's a baller, he's unbelievable, and the French league, blah blah blah. They don't even give him any minutes. He hasn't played, I don't think, more than 2 minutes, maybe if that, And you got guys like Skip. He can't be worse than Skip. I think Skip is just bang average player. It's like I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And then these are the guys we have on the bench anyway. So if they never play and then we need them to play, are we really doing any help to those players? No, because they're not going to be ready to play. That's the other problem.
Well, yeah, and Conte also contradicts himself, doesn't he? Where he says so and so is not match fit yet, or they don't understand the system yet. But they're never going to play. They're never going to be match fit, are they? You can only do so much in training, can't you?
Exactly. They've got to play. You don't know until they play.
He says that about Spence all the time. And he's kind of sunk Spence's ship when he said he didn't want him.
Yeah, but he wants to play Royal. And we've got to put up with Royal, who's just a calamity. Every week there's videos of this geezer doing something stupid on a pitch. Every fucking week.
Wasn't the Forest game the one where he had a shot and he went out the stadium?
No, that was Bournemouth. And then he didn't play against Forest. Yeah.
He missed a sitter at the Leeds game too.
Yeah, and then the sitter, right? And then
friggin' into the stands.
And then someone said, well, at least he's improving. This shot stayed in the stadium. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, this is the level we're talking about, a player. And then there was a video going around where he's got the ball, he's out wide, he's looking. And what does he do? He's trying to cross it, or play across the diagonal, and he ends up kicking it that way. And it goes across the middle of the pitch and to their player. All our line is out, and they go, thanks very much, and then run at our goal with it. I don't think they scored from it, but you think, when you got a player who can't even kick the ball straight, what chance have you got to do anything?
Peter,
and this cunt plays every fucking week.
Well, Pete, I'll ask you this. In the times we've come back, in the last couple of comeback wins that we've had, who's come off the pitch first?
Exactly, it's him every time. As soon as he comes off, the bar performance gets raised, and yet the next game he's starting again. So you think, hang on a minute, you got to take him off because he's that shit. I think the Liverpool game, they end up giving Dyer, you cross it, don't let him cross it, you cross it. And he ended up sort of taking up Dyer's position. Dyer was an overlapping fullback, putting crosses in, which were better than Royals. And the next game he's starting again. So he can't kick it straight. He can't keep it in the stadium. He's shit defended, but the argument is, he's better defensively. No, he's not. He's crap. Yeah, because he gets turned inside out all the time, and his position is terrible. So you think, what benefit is there to having this geezer?
Well, if my memory serves me correct, it wasn't that Liverpool just went right at him in the first half.
Of course they did. They looked at him and went, "Oh, there we go. That's the weak link."
Yeah, they just went at him and
just chewed him up.
Yeah,
Robertson just had him for dinner. And I mean, the Liverpool game, you know, going back to that, because obviously I was stuffing my face, didn't get a chance to finish on that. But you know full well if you and Gary Neville picked it up. If you play a flat back five and then through midfield, you're leaving their fullbacks to do whatever they like, and that's the way Liverpool will hurt you if you let them do that. You got to stop them too, especially when you got someone like Trent. You got to attack that fucker because he can't defend for shit.
Oh god, yeah.
So you keep him up the other end. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? You
he's
don't
really-
fucking invite him on, and that's what we did. And I was like scratching my head. I'm thinking,
wasn't it?
what are we doing?
He's
You
the
think this
target.
geezer's- Yeah. It's bad enough Sessegnon's just equally shit on the other side.
Well, he was hurt, so we didn't have to see him on against Leeds.
Oh,
so that was
fucking hell.
actually-
He's got a grade 2 terror, the Jack and Danny.
the funny part about some Spurs fans is you have people tweeting out like Sessegnon didn't make the English national team. What?
He was,
National team?
please, he was never gonna never.
Like, I don't think he can make the U23s at this point right now. The way he's playing.
He's dreadful football, isn't it? He is dreadful. And the sad thing is, he's got the attributes to be better. He just there's no conviction in what he does. I've said it countless times. And people are like, oh, we should have had a pen against Liverpool. I'm like, I'll have a day off. He just basically put his down on his back and he fell out and he went down hoping for a penalty because he couldn't do nothing else to do anything to affect the game. You're like, if he actually had some conviction about what he wanted to do with the ball
Stood up.
and actually run at the geezer and have a bit of belief, yeah, I'm going to beat him. Yeah, he probably would have. But it's just like, oh, I've got to try and do something without no conviction at all when doing it.
He
He's
scored
dreadful.
against Bournemouth though. So there
Oh,
you go.
fuck, who cares?
And he was coming off. He was coming
Yeah,
off.
that's how good he was.
coming off,
And the
too.
shot took a deflection anyway.
And then Conte let him stay on because he scored that goal.
For another 10 minutes, and then realised, actually, no, you shit, we get him off.
So what happened against Leeds, mate?
Again, two halves.
So,
Two halves.
well, do you want to rewind the show from the next previous 6 weeks, the last one, and just rinse and repeat?
Honestly, I was watching it, and when it went 3-2 to them, I thought that's it. That's game over.
Oh,
10 minutes
no.
ago,
Me
I
too.
thought they've played midweek as well.
Right.
They're gonna be fucked.
I was waiting for Conte to start taking off Kane and the white flag out.
Yeah, but I just can't understand for the life of me how. I know you got Kulusevski back now, but going forward, you score some goals. Why don't you play a bit more advanced, a bit more fluid, a bit more attacking? Like, honestly, it's beyond me why you don't do it.
Beyond you, beyond me, mate.
Harry, every game. Sit back.
Every game is the same.
Sit back in the
People
front,
like,
take on shots,
Yeah.
take on shots, give up a goal, concede one, then all of a sudden we're going to come at you. It's like
Because we keep saying about how you keep scoring late goals and it ain't going to continue, but it does continue. So there must be something there. You must be.
It didn't work against Liverpool, did it?
Well, the thing is, it only
Like
continues really against the smaller teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Liverpool can
Yeah.
defend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was saying this the other day. I think I was saying it to Steve actually. Problem Tottenham have got is it's all right, just blowing away little teams.
The pup teams, yeah.
When they go 2-0 up, you can come back 3-2, but you're never going to beat anyone in the top 10 doing that.
Yeah,
No, and that's why we haven't.
We lost to you guys. We've lost to United. We've lost to Liverpool, and we tied Chelsea. So there you go.
And we've lost and
Newcastle
drew with
did
West
it as
Ham.
well.
Lost to
And most
Newcastle.
of them, and all them games that we drew, we should have lost because we were,
Yeah, West Ham was taking it to us that game.
yeah. And it's like fucking hell. But you think, how long are you gonna sit and suffer that before you go, hang on, I've got to do something else?
He keeps talking about his new contract, doesn't he?
I hope not.
Nah, do you know what? It's the people asking him about it, and he keeps palming it to the side a little bit. All that's the case of is like, look, realistically, he's not signing a new contract, and Daniel Levy is definitely not going to back him in January.
Not if he's not signed a contract, no.
Because
And I make him 100% right.
oh yeah, no, the thing is,
Just
if he
do
ain't signed a contract already, he gets nothing in January. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Realistically, because the
But
truth
it's
of
to
the
the
matter is,
it's the detriment of the team.
yeah,
That's why, for
but-
me, I'd be saying during this World Cup, right, what are you doing? Are you going to sign? I mean, we got an option to trigger an extension, but there's no point in triggering that if you don't want to be there. It's just a waste
no,
of
because
time.
all he'll do is he'll fuck you over.
Yeah, and then we'll have to pay him out for the whole year when we sack him anyway, because the results
Exactly.
will mean he'll have to get sacked. So, right, are you going to stay? Are you going to sign the new contract? No. Right, fuck off. Yeah. Sorry, thanks, but
It's
no
perfect
thanks.
time, to be fair.
Yeah, do it. pull the plug, then you got 4 weeks during the World Cup to get your new man in, start planning for the January window, saying, right, this is because obviously most of them know roughly the squad, who are the players. Yeah, straight away you're going to go, I need a new right back. Yeah, I mean, that's a given. Yeah, and then you get that ball rolling and start that process. Then the new guy gets the rest of the season to put his stamp on the squad, see what he wants, and then you plan for the summer. To wait until the summer for him to go, is just a waste of time. It's complete waste of time.
I'm quite surprised no one's pushed the button yet. I thought Everton might get old.
I think we'll start seeing it now. I think we'll start seeing it now.
I'm surprised it's not happened already. Even David Moyes, I think he's got a bit more in the tank there, but I don't think it'll be long. The old West Ham faithful again.
The thing with West Ham is where they're doing all right in the conference, they'll let it go. As long as they don't stay within the relegation mix for too much longer, they'll be all right with it.
The problem Moyes has got is he was actually back this summer, wasn't he? They've signed 4 or 5 players, and they're actually worse now than they were last year.
A lot worse, to be fair.
So last year, you could afford to lose a few games, and no one was saying it because they'd all say, "Oh, well, they're bored never." But now they've actually given them a bit of money. They've spent a bit. It's showing them up really.
But West Ham always go through this little mini cycle, don't they?
Yeah, they do really. Yeah, problem is they ain't sold no one, have they?
No.
Normally they sell players, but they haven't sold anyone.
Because in most clubs in the Premier League won't touch these players because they know they can't do it in the Premier League. So the only other option is shell them abroad. But the European football market is on its knees. There's no money there. Yeah. That's why you keep seeing loans all the time. So they bring the fee, so the contract comes down, so the fee comes down until it's an affordable for the club to buy. Because you just keep getting loans because no one can afford to lay out that sort of money.
Do you think, Pete, with now given, like you said, the financial situation in all of European football is kind of shit minus the Premier League, right? But with the World Cup where it is, do you think you'll see more movement during the January window? Because there'll be these players that will come from some country or somewhere unheard of, right? And they'll get that boost, and then you'll see them, right? They get
if you're shrewd, you never buy anyone after a good World Cup.
We see it though in the summers though.
Yeah, Karol Popowski and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
James Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Rodriguez, correct. Yeah.
Paulinho.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I mean? So
I think unless you're scouting that person, there will be teams that will do it.
We see it all the time after these big major tournaments that somebody pops off in the tournament and then somebody hops on them and they go from playing wherever in the Brazilian league to playing in the Premier League, and you're like, wow, where'd this guy come from? But
they're Arsenal trying to sign one, aren't they? Is it Danilo?
Yeah,
from Brazil.
Yeah. From I can't pronounce the thing.
Oh yeah, you always get that. There'll be some story in the World Cup of a player like 3 years ago he was on the dust in his country. Now he's signing for someone who's starting a World Cup. But then it's going to anyone who's competent will know who they want already, and if there's any risk of them having a good World Cup, would do a deal now, so like a pre-agreement with the club, because they know if he has a good World Cup, they're going to put his value up, and you got to pay more money.
Pre-deal, right?
Cup, it all happens. They know it's all underhand stuff.
Because apparently we're going in for that Murdoch. I don't think that's how his name's pronounced, but
yeah, the one at Shakhtar. Yeah, he looks tasty. Yeah,
he looks good, to be fair. The fella that Harry just said, Danielo or whatever his name is, and I think there's a third one that we're looking to get as well.
We've done all right at the moment signing Brazilians, but I don't want to be one of them clubs that fucking Wolves just keep signing from the same country over and over again.
You're going to upset him now. Get him started.
4 or 5 good ones, and then they start coming in and they're just shit.
So we're saying you don't fancy a Portuguese mafia or Brazilian mafia?
To be honest, though,
come on,
the Brazilian kid looks good. In all fairness.
Yeah, he does. And I think what helps us is Edu and the Brazilian first team manager are like fucking best buddies, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
I think we get a bit of a tip off here and there from.
That's
why you have a look at this person. Why don't you have a look at that person? So yeah, I think that does us a favour. Look at Martinelli. That was ridiculous, a cheap deal when you look at it now.
Mm.
The thing is, the man, I think we paid what 6.8 for him.
Well, even that was it. But yeah,
I think after all the, if he does this and if he does that, it turns out he's about 6.8. But to be fair, fucking, you're looking minimum 40 million for him, man. Minimum.
This
It's ridiculous.
Raven. Come on then.
Is he coming on?
I got to put the link in, innit? I haven't put the link in. Forgot I sent you boys the link already. Here he comes.
Harry, to your and Dan's point, right? These players, the players from those South American countries, that's basically how Benfica builds their teams. They get all those guys, right, and then they resell them, and that's how they make a crap ton of money through their academy. They bring these players in, Ederson being one, Darwin Nunez being another one. These guys, they sign them from Uruguay, wherever, right? And then they bring them through. So it's a great league to scout at a younger age and then bring them through if you have the proper training and academies, right, and get the sell on.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of an untapped market, Brazil, really, because it's a lot of rough diamonds in it, and they just need sort of sparking up a little bit.
There's a documentary supposedly on Benfica. I don't know if it's just in Portugal or it hasn't come out over here in the States yet, but I've heard they cover a lot of how they decided that that's what they were going to do. Basically, they get all the
Here he is,
and then they use that as their.
Right, let's move him to the Guna side.
Yeah,
right there. We don't mix. How you doing, mate? You all right?
You know what? I've been waiting for an hour for you donut, to let me on.
Mate, I forgot. You should have come and said earlier. I was stuffing my face. My delivery turned up late. Yeah. You should have said earlier. I forgot to put the link in.
Anyway, you all right, boys?
Yeah, we'll
not bad.
I'm all right, thank you.
I just want to, just before we go on to anything else, Giuseppe, what's happened with Ronaldo, mate?
I was going to get on that later. You got to steal the fun, minute. That's going to be the next 3 hours, otherwise.
Oh, mate, we'll come back to that one.
We'll get on that later.
I got a lot to say about that. I got a few things.
That's a contentious subject, mate.
I got a few things to cover.
So what we're going to do? Right, let's do the Wolves game. Then were we the first? Or you were the first, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did Leeds. Yeah, snatched another win.
Bentancur scoring again. He keeps getting on my nerves. Really, keeps scoring. After we slated him, he's now scored a few goals, hasn't he?
Has he got more than Jesus yet?
Might be on the same amount.
He's definitely got more than Richardson, though.
No, that ain't hard. Yeah, I said we bought the wrong Brazilian, mate. Spurs do it all the time. We bought the wrong Ukrainian years ago. Yeah.
Wrong
we
Portuguese.
Bought Rebrov instead of Shevchenko. Now we're buying the wrong Brazilian. Do you know what I mean? Spurs all over.
I remember that boy. Blast from the past, Rebrov. God dear. Another classic Spurs buy that was, wasn't it? Rebrov.
Yeah. All day long, mate.
Yeah. What can I say? You fluked another win.
We did. I won't deny that at all, mate. It's
Is it entertaining watching you boys at the moment?
No. Or maybe for half.
It is for the neutral, I'll be honest.
What's not to like a 4-3?
Every week.
I think that was the most exciting game we've played all year, to be honest with you, this year. That was the most fun I've had watching a game.
Do you know what? You don't mind them games when it's end-to-end. They score, you score, they score, you score. Because, do you know what I mean? But when you've got to come from behind, it's all right doing it once, maybe twice, but not every fucking week. And we're not doing it's not. We've got to do it against average teams at best. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if we've like when we come from behind against 4-4 against you and all that sort of stuff. That's when you enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? But not like, oh yeah, we had to come from behind and beat Bournemouth. I mean, yeah, you're happy you won and all that, but then normally you get that as a one-off. But in certain teams, it happens to everyone. But now City have done it how many times where they've been shit and then they had one recently, wasn't it? And Haaland got them out of jail, banged in a few goals.
Well, when De Bruyne dived for the penalty. That was awful. That was last minute and all.
That was terrible. That was
nowhere near. You got fucking dive.
Yeah.
But didn't they have one like that in pre-season where I think it was actually Haaland went down? He tripped over his own foot.
Got a phone call.
Oh,
Here we go.
maybe it's Conte. He wants to have a word with you, Pete.
He's after a new right back.
He needs a new centre.
Well,
He
like
needs a new
defensive,
centre half.
Yeah.
You all right, Giuseppe?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Not too bad, thank you.
Good.
Not
Glad
too
to hear.
bad. Is Harry all right?
I'm good, mate. You can't get better at the moment, can we?
No, Dan. No, we're all rocking at the moment. It's all good.
Yes.
It's all good.
Aren't you boys worried that this World Cup break came at the absolute worst time for you guys?
Not
A little
really,
bit.
because in the same sense, for
You're
momentum,
flying
yeah,
right now.
it's terrible. But when you think about it, the 10 players that have gone to the World Cup, how many are going to be starting?
Saliba? No?
Saka will.
Saliba probably will.
Yeah,
Saliba will, Saka will.
Saliba will. I think he might start on the bench.
Matt
At least for his
Turner.
first couple of games.
Matt
That's
Turner, yeah, he's a shoo-in, isn't he? Because in all fairness, you lot need him.
Yeah, the coach didn't
Partey.
even bring Stefan. The
Partey.
old Man City goalie. He didn't
Partey
bring
will
him.
start, but in all fairness, I don't see them getting out of the groups.
No, that's true. They probably won't. They won't progress.
So,
will they?
Yasu will
truth of the
start.
matter is, Tommy will always start, yeah. But what I mean is, they're not going to be there for that long.
No, you would have
So-
thought not. You would have thought not. No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Although, yeah, it's come at the wrong time for momentum.
Yeah.
It's
I don't envision too many issues with our players. I think
No, hopefully not. I mean, I just think that obviously having the break's not going to help, but
No.
also, it's also a case of that the team actually are going out to Dubai anyway, so they're going to be they're going to go onto a training camp. And they're playing some games anyway, aren't they? Listen,
they'll think AC
the whole
Milan
thing's a joke. The whole thing is a joke. I mean, I'm really not that bothered about the World Cup. And I suppose once it gets going, then you'll get into it, but.
Yeah, that's usually up.
It's not like a normal World Cup, is it?
I think doing it in the winter is just ridiculous.
What about
It's just, it's just mad. The whole thing is just crazy. It really is. But just got to get on with it, haven't they? So,
Yeah, I was saying I was on another show the other week, and they're saying there's no really World Cup fever, is there? Where normally it's like you feel it in the shops. They go in the
Not at
shops,
all.
they've got the beers out, all that bollocks.
Yeah. It's not at all. Really,
It's not at all.
feeling
It's an inconvenience, isn't it? Because of the
it.
time.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah,
no
no.
vibe to it. Plus where it is and all that sort of stuff. And you think
Yeah.
you've ruined it. I mean, I've
Did
got no
you see the
problem with
people?
it. Go on.
I was going to say, did you see the reporters getting like? bullied
Yeah,
by
don't
the
film here.
boys?
Yeah, you get your face smashing and all that.
Hello.
I've got no problem with it being in that part of the world. Yeah, but I've said before, put it in a country that actually plays football, like Egypt or even Saudi Arabia. Fuck's sake, they enter the World Cup every few couple of years. They get in it. At least do it like not Qatar. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Put it in one that actually plays
It
football.
means something. Yeah. No, definitely.
It's not just a political thing. If you're going to do it, make it worthwhile. Because Qatar, as soon as them stadiums are built, they get knocked down. Yeah. Probably the people still in them. Yeah. Yeah. So they got to pay them. It's like it's a joke. The whole thing's a joke.
They're using shipping containers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all temporary. The stadiums, I mean, not be funny. Even
Actually,
Brazil,
Isn't
they
there a
built that
stadium
one.
there's a stadium that can collapse as well, on there, Pete?
Come on.
It can collapse. The stadium can actually collapse, and it could be moved somewhere else.
Yeah, I won't put it past.
I saw something on. I can't remember what I saw, but I saw
you
one.
Fold it up, and then take it somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell it on eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah. West Ham will probably buy it to put on top of their other one because they don't like paying for one, don't they?
I'm still hopeful once it starts that we'll get into it though.
It's just shit in it. Yeah, it's like there's no vibe about it at all.
No enthusiasm really.
And normally the World Cup is like everyone's like fucking yeah. You know what I mean, it's we can do this, do that.
Because we've grown up with World Cups in years gone by.
In the summer, Even if I remember the Korea one where I remember getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning because the game was at 7 o'clock in the morning. England game, England Brazil. Do you know what I mean? In the pub, pubs were opening early and all that, but it was just that you had that fucking FIFA, that World Cup vibe. Do you know what I mean? Now it's just like, this is fucking pain in the ass.
It's all very bland.
Yeah, it's like no one's really prepared for it because it's just like switch on, switch off league, switch on World Cup. There's no.
Must be very strange. Must be very strange for the players as well. I imagine going out to baking heat as well.
Yeah, I bet they can't wait. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
All
They're
looking
probably
forward to that.
Yeah. Plus, they all get the whole political thing and all that. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I make them right. Some of them are saying, "Look, we're not here to talk about that," which I make them right. That's for politicians and FIFA to talk about, not the players.
That's for Matt Hancock to speak about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And all the rest of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're putting the players in a tough spot as far as that goes.
Yeah, they're not there to talk about that.
If you saw Hugo,
let them play.
A couple quotes about that, about the armband and the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you going to wear your rainbow armband? No, they're not. Let's be honest, they're not, because the Qatar have already said, "Look, we're not having that shit over here." Yeah,
rightly or wrongly. Fucking shoot you, right?
Yeah, but that's their way. That's how they run their country. So you got to respect that. Or if you want to do all that, don't go there.
Well, they say it's a religious thing, right? Because the Muslim religion that they don't believe.
The thing is, they've been doing it for thousands upon thousands of years.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, what you got? A Nokia 3310.
Fucking 3210.
Yeah, it sounded like the old Nokia one, didn't it? Come on, Pete, stop hiding it. Let's have a look, see what phone you got, mate. He's fucking hell. Did you get that at Tottenham Hotspur shop? Give them away.
Last time they won a trophy, innit?
No, it's I don't know. It's listen. Hopefully, you never know. We may be lucky. I can't see it. The heat's going to get to. But I mean, they're playing like evening times at like 30 Celsius, and they're over there or something ridiculous.
Something stupid like that, yeah.
It's just crazy. You know, you're training in heat, you know, in the evenings or whatever. And I think they're playing 7 o'clock in the evening.
Well, it's a different time. But I did see her on TalkSport today. She was I can't remember her name, but she was saying that she spoke to the players and they was all saying how surprised how hot it was.
Yeah. The one in the morning.
Yeah,
she's nice. I like her. She's good.
But also, it was funny. It was they was also saying in the stadiums though it's quite chilly because obviously they got them massive aircon things.
Air conditions. Yeah.
And look, we're walking to the stadiums with jackets. It's odd because when you get inside the stadium, it's freezing. Obviously, outside it's like 40 degrees. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, I know it's going to be.
Isn't England and do they have a joint bid coming up for what, like 2026 or 2030 or something?
Listen,
like that?
we're never getting it, mate. We rumbled them all, so they're not going to fucking hate us. Yeah.
No?
We stopped all the brown envelopes. Every country would have it 3 times before we get it back.
It's coming in 2026.
The thing is, I think like we've turned around and said about fucking Ibrox and fucking Croke Park and the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah.
That's the European one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've been trying for years to get the World Cup, and we get palmed off every time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we ain't had it for 60 years. Yeah, it's about time it come here. Do you know what I mean? Especially home with football.
We got no chance. We got no chance after the Euros as well. After all the trouble in the final.
Oh, that was just bollocks. That was stupid. What do they expect to happen these days?
That's what they laugh when they do all their reports about who should have it and all that. The report about England's always the same. Infrastructure's already there. Stadia already there. They could host it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Never get it.
No.
They give it to some country who's got to spend a load of money building stadiums, importing loads. And like I said, you look at the labour conditions and all that over there, amount of people that have died. Yeah, probably that's all we hear about. You know, there's plenty untold ones that we ain't hear about.
Oh God, yeah.
Oi, he fell off. Fuck. Oh, just bury him, bollocks. Yeah, we can't have that coming out. Yeah. Tell everyone he went home. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
There's a documentary I don't know on for Netflix over here about the corruption in the FIFA.
Yeah, I've just started it. I've watched the first one.
I watched it the other day.
Yeah.
Have you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, it was good.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought I was hoping to give it maybe a little more details into kind of how corrupt it really is, because obviously we all know it's very corrupt. But
the thing is, it's about strays around about them, like, isn't they? No, let's be fair.
Yeah. Brown envelopes all round.
I think that wind me up too much to watch that program. I fucking hate FIFA anyway. I really do.
Yeah, I can't stand Blatter.
Oh my God, they've just been with England throughout the years. They've hated the English. It's just corrupt. The whole thing is.
We won't give them that. We won't wet their beak, so they don't like us.
I just fucking hate them. I really do.
Even Qatar now, they've got all these 9, 8 new stadiums, 7, whatever. What are they going to do afterwards? They'll get knocked down again, aren't they?
Yeah, pack them up. Yeah.
What's the point?
Money.
Yeah,
That's what it's about.
7-8 years of work for 3 weeks, and then let's just knock it all down. And
Yeah, it's
Well, look
crazy,
what we've
that.
done with the Olympics. All that for the Olympics. Half people never go in them gaffs. You drive through Stratford Olympic Park now. You can there's massive car parks not doing nothing.
Yeah.
The velodrome's never really used. All
I
that.
don't
all
really
that-
know what goes on. I don't really know what goes on with that because when I
Legacy.
went, is it not being used at all, the velodrome or anything like that?
Well, I've
I've
never
no-
seen anything going on in there. I'm not that I'm
Well,
fluent in cycling, but you never
the
hear
diving
about it.
I think they use it for European championships, don't they, and stuff
And
like that.
the
For
hockey, I
athletics,
think, gets used. Yeah, but a lot of it ain't.
No.
It's like,
I know the copper box gets used like regularly.
Goes used for the boxing, isn't it? Quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think a couple of swimming pools have been binned off and they're empty.
Yeah.
You're like, we
I mean,
paid for all that.
problem is one of the things, isn't it? Who pays for the maintenance after it's been done up? After it's
Fucking
been
make
done?
West Ham pay for it. Don't pay for maintenance on their stadium. We pay for that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It is mad. It's crazy.
Make them pay for something.
Have you guys been watching these fake fan videos with all the countries when they show up? They're pretty good.
No,
Good,
no.
isn't it?
Yeah, I see
haven't
them
yet,
today.
no.
I was watching one on the Portuguese news channel, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think those are Portuguese people. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Is that,
Turn up with
you say the
Very
English
suspect,
ones?
isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was just
The thing is, it's the same group of people doing it for every country.
exactly.
It's comical.
Yeah, if you look at the England one, yeah,
You'd think
there's
they'd change the
definitely
people doing the whole build up to it from the fella to a different person or a bird or something like that, just to make it look like, well, all right, he didn't just do that for Germany, but you know.
I see the old Danish reporter, didn't he? He was reporting from
Yeah.
Doha, and they all security
yeah,
officers
yeah.
called up and said, "Unless you stop filming, we're going to smash a camera up."
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah.
Go ahead, smash it.
He said he was live at the time, so it would have been perfect for him. They did. He said half hour later, an official turned up, sort of D's accreditation, told the other 4 off, and then said, "Oh, sorry about that," and just carry on.
Yeah. Wait till he finishes filming, then we'll whack him up.
Well, yeah.
if you're a player, aren't you a little concerned about security and everything over there? Like,
Oh, you got England America game. Come on. Do you know what
No,
I mean?
this- there's some huge.
England versus Iraq is going to be better, isn't it? And America versus Iraq.
Yeah, America,
huge
Iran. Yeah,
international
it's just
stars
asking for
there.
trouble, isn't it?
Well, just think how many there's Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe are the best, these hugest players in the world are there, and God knows where they're staying or who's. But you know what I'm saying? I'm sure each country brought their own kind of security.
Well, you
Oh, the
want
thing
to,
is,
wouldn't
there'd
you?
be
Because you know what the
shitloads.
Qatars are like. Because they were already rumored to be bankrupting ISIS all the years ago. They were funding them. So now you've got, as I said, you've got Iran in the group. England and the USA match is just. You can see like the old Munich thing happening again, isn't it? You know, with the
That's what I'm saying, dude.
the Israeli team got done.
If you're Harry Kane, do
58.
you feel safe walking around the streets with your family?
Well, my family wouldn't be there if I'm Harry Kane, mate.
No.
They're staying at home. Yeah.
That's it. They're not getting anywhere near a plane.
No,
No.
you don't think?
No,
these
they can
guys-
watch me on Skype and fucking TV with
Nah,
the
you wouldn't
rest of
take
the
your
people.
family out there, would you? Fucking hell.
Some of these
That's
guys
the
bring
sad.
their
That's the
families
sad thing
everywhere.
about it.
Yeah, it is.
No family allowed to be. No family really want to go out there. So how sad is that for a World Cup? One of your biggest achievements to get to a final, and you got you didn't go out to this country. It is
Well,
bullshit.
with Gareth Southgate in charge, I don't think that'd be much to worry about. That.
Well, but how are they gonna? Do you think they're gonna pay people to sit in the stand so that it doesn't look empty? Then
I today actually when I see all like the fake
Well,
videos,
there won't be any women in the stand. Put it that way.
give away tickets. They're gonna. 'Cause I'd like to see the actual figures of official tickets sold through like the English FA, and
yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
must have that. Whether they won't release it until afterwards, will they? But
No, they ain't gonna be sad. Or it'd be the FIFA family. They'll just put all their corporate firms in there and just give them free tickets and all that shit.
I think
They're gonna fill up 3 stadiums a game, though.
Huh?
You got to fill up 3 stadiums a game, 4 stadiums a day, right? They have 4 games a day.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So I'm saying. So
I don't know. The only thing I would say is, as they said, the biggest distance between 2 stadiums is 25 miles. So
we'll just
they'll be
drive one
rounding
to
them up,
another.
take them to one stadium. They'll all get on a coach. They'll be sent down to the next one, won't they? They'll get
Yeah,
4
right. Yeah.
I suppose that's one positive thing. Then I suppose they're all quite close to each other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it starts smaller than Wales, isn't it? As a country, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pissant. It'd be like back in the day when you used to go in Yodian and Holloway, go in there, and then wait, and then wait for the next film. In you go. Then wait for the next. In you go. Yeah, hide in the Kazi and all that.
Now you're going back and you for Holloway
Yeah,
Road.
that's it, mate. Back that. Open the back door. Yeah, one of you go in. We'll chip in to pay for one. He goes in down the stairs, open up fire exit. In you go.
That's
And
it.
then you're there all day.
Did you were you familiar with Finchley at all?
A little bit. What part of Finchley?
Did
What
Do you
Finchley?
remember the Gaumont? Or was that
No,
before your time?
Probably, mate. Where was that?
It was in North Finchley, where the bus, where the
Where the old Talio is. Where the Talio is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
know
it
the
used
Talio.
It used to be the Gaumont. It was phenomenal cinema. And what you just said, you used to do all the time, just hide in the toilets, wait for the next film to come on. And
That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Half inch to pick a mix. Yeah.
yeah. Well, no,
Ice
you didn't
cubes.
have none of that.
Yeah.
No, I never had none of that in those days. You were posh.
No,
Yeah.
well,
Um,
we had
the
to
the
nick
go-
it. We didn't have to do it. Now with all the Gary Glitters are running around, I mean, we had to get our own sweets then. Nowadays, they get people waiting to give them for you. Get the old
Yeah,
ice
yeah.
cubes. You sit at the back. People, fuck, is that ice cube?
Yeah. I like to be with you, mate.
It makes you laugh. You got this World Cup is say the furthest distance is 25 miles. The next one's America, isn't it? And you have like 15-hour flights in between each.
Yeah.
Well, look at Russia. Look at Russia.
Yeah, it's true, Russia.
That's what I mean. America's had it twice in 30 years. We can't get it. We've had it once in 60 years.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the America World Cup. I thought it was great because that was a
Listen,
proper.
you can stay at my
World
house.
Cup.
You can come here because
Yeah.
supposedly the rumor is that if England makes the World Cup in 2026, they're going to play at Gillette Stadium, which is about 30-40 minutes from my house.
It's all right.
So it's all round yours then, Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Just like so, yeah. They'll have that.
Yeah.
They'll be
This
there.
is on
There'll be
record,
like
by the
one-
way. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
I was going to say,
this is
it's being
recorded now. You
everyone's
don't get
gotta
out of
know.
that, mate.
Yeah. It's all recorded.
That's it. Go over there.
Is that the next? It's in America then, the next World Cup?
Yeah.
America, Mexico, and
Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mexico have had
How did
it.
Canada
Mexico had
squeeze
it.
in with that one then?
Oh, they've
Well,
get a couple.
imagine you're playing in Canada and you go, oh yeah, you got the semi-final now. You know, go down to Mexico. Oh yeah, great, thanks.
Hey, underlay. The old sombrero on. Off you go. It'd be
Yeah.
great, wouldn't it?
I think
You have to
they're gonna
leave
try
2 days before the match just to get there.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to keep them close based off the group, right? That's
Yeah.
what people are saying around here.
I'm not being
so-
funny. If you've got the money, that's a great World Cup, isn't it? To go and
Oh,
to
gotcha.
1 minute you're in America, then you nip up to Canada, then you're down to Mexico. Yeah, that's great. Obviously, you got to have the money for it. That's how I don't understand these England fans who go out there, get every ticket, and I think, fuck, how much money you lot must have to do that? Because your hotels are like ridiculous. I mean, you ain't earning while you're out there.
Crazy.
Well, I know the guy that we go foot with. He used to go to England all the time. He ain't gone to this World Cup, but he's been to like South Africa. He's been to, you have to put the money up front for tickets.
Yeah.
And yeah, he said it could be like 15 grand for all the tickets going up because you have to pay for everything up to the final if you want to
Yeah.
go. And then depending where you drop out, they then send you your money back in 5 months' time. You know, we'll get that back to you one day. Yeah, do you just hang on?
Yeah. Especially
If you're lucky.
nowadays, you've got no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't rush to get it back. But yeah, he said final tickets are like $3 grand a piece.
Fucking hell.
It's
Fucking nuts.
crazy, isn't it? It really is. I mean, I'll do that if Arsenal win the final, obviously, but
We're in the Europa League final.
yeah.
Where's that
So
this
shall we-
year?
What's that?
No idea.
Bucharest, is it?
Where?
Or Romania?
Yeah, I
Can't
think
be.
so.
Don't want to go Bucharest again.
I did actually look the other day. Or is it Poland? Something like that.
Oh, that could be moved, mate. All the missiles tearing around over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the cleverest, no.
Yeah, no, Budapest. Nice Budapest. I've been there before.
Budapest,
That's the place to go now, isn't it? With the old missus, Budapest.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Can tell Harry's got no kids. Got all these places.
That's it.
Dan, what was you going to say?
I was going to say, like, should we start actually talking about the Wolves game like we were going to?
I can't remember it now.
Oh
You
yeah,
won.
that's true. We sort of drifted off, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like going, right. I went, yeah, we're talking about Wolves and then went on to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got sidetracked. So that's Pete's fault. He always sidetracks that boy.
Oh, by the way, you talk about my ringtone. It's an old retro one, mate. It's good, isn't it? You know the one that sounds like the phone's going to blow up.
Oh, have you got that?
Yeah, of quality, mate.
I used to love that, to be fair, though.
Yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
Don't take that one to Qatar with you, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
So the Wolves game. So Odegaard, Captain Marvelous.
There wasn't much to that game, right? 1-0,
2-0, wasn't it?
2-0.
Yeah, Odegaard got a double.
Can't give you guys all the glory, you know. We got to sell you a little bit short here.
Yeah, it's not very pleasant.
It was a good game.
I knew you were going to win that anyway, to be honest.
It was a harder game than I thought it would be, to be fair. They give us a good game.
Yeah, I think they're a bit of a tricky side, and they just can't score, can they?
No, if they had a striker, we would have been in trouble. Because they had quite a few decent chances, to be fair. But like you said, Captain Fantastic. I was watching the replay of Vieira's pass to him.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, even in commentary, turns to, he's mishit it. And then I was on Twitter and I see this fella talking about how if you watch it properly, you see he knocks it in the direction to bring the goalkeeper out, right? So you can then chip it over to the middle, right? And you know when you sit there thinking, Joe, right, you're probably just spouting it just for the sake of spouting it. But if he actually did that on purpose, that's high level IQ there for football, man.
I think he did that on purpose. I think
Excuse me.
exactly. It took off. I thought he knew exactly what he was doing. I thought it was a really, really nice assist, actually.
It really was.
Someone that was sort of in the first half was a bit. Again, he come on, was a bit sort of subdued when he right up down past the player. All of a sudden, he just sort of turned it on and bosh.
And to be fair, even fucking Jesus in it, in the build up to it, it was just a very well worked goal, if you ask me.
Yeah, again, the old Jesus, he missed a couple of chances, didn't he?
The thing is, it's starting to become a little bit one of those at the minute with him.
I'm not really worried.
Yeah, but you're sharing goals out in the team, so as long as you're sharing goals out in the team.
Yeah, but the problem was Lacazette started by scoring a couple of goals, and then it was, he's good for the team.
But he's not in the same. He's not in the same.
No,
He's not in the same bracket.
He is good, and he does a lot for the team, but he's got to start scoring.
Yeah, it will suddenly click. It's got to. He can't have that amount of chances and not put it in the net. I think he's obviously got the World Cup on his mind as well. And I listen, whilst like Pete says, whilst they're scoring from other places, then we shouldn't really worry about it. I think he creates so much for that team. He's
definitely a driving force.
He's up another level. You know, the football they play and creates by him a lot of the time. He comes back, he gets the ball, he's upfield. You know, he defends. He's just phenomenal. He's an engine. So I'm sure the goals will come. They've got to. You can't go through a season and not, have that amount of chances and not put them away.
Yeah, every week I think this is good. He's going to get his goal. He's going to get a goal. But I don't know.
Yeah, it is frustrating. It is frustrating, and there will come a time when the other boys aren't scoring, and they say, "Well, we'll have to." That's the only worry. That's the only problem when the other. When the other.
Well, it happened to you last season, didn't it? Because you had Saka and Smith Rowe banging in goals. Then they dried up, and no one else could do it.
Well, I did see how I reckon Smith Rowe's going to be back in full training when they go to Dubai, warm weather. So sometime in January, we can get him back, and he say if he gets 6-7 goals at the end of the season, that's gonna win you a few games.
Yeah. We forget we still got
first, didn't he?
Sorry?
Yeah.
The team first, didn't he?
Well, yeah,
it's going to be hard for him.
He'll get
He's
some
not going
goals.
to just walk back in.
Well, listen, he still scored more than Marcus Rashford this season. That is one overrated footballer if I've ever seen one.
I'll go in there. But would you take him at Spurs?
Huh?
Would you take him at Spurs?
Who?
Rashford.
No. That's my mate Sava. Yeah. Say he'll take Emma Smith-Rowe at Spurs.
Sure.
Walk straight into your
Yeah.
to be fair.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. I don't deny it. You got to call it football as a football at the end of the day. There's no point in being silly about it just because we're rivals. Speak it as you see it.
I think I heard the other day that we were in for Kulusevski as well.
Who?
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's a good player.
Kulusevski. He's a great player.
The thing is, we were interested in him, but I think we called our interest, and then obviously Spurs jumped in there. Like sometimes,
Yeah, Don Paratici, mate. What are you talking about?
Don Paratici.
Cooking.
Look, at the end of the day, you can't argue with the fact. Like Kulusevski is a great little player.
Hello, Carl. You all right, mate?
Yeah, mate.
You all right?
Right, fed up.
Yeah, right.
But at the end
How's it
of the day, I'd still rather have Saka in over him every day of the week.
At Kulusevski?
Yeah. I like Kulusevski. I think he's a very, very good player.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
But maybe that's just the Arsenal fan in me.
Yeah.
Good for
I think he's quite exciting. He's quite exciting. He changed his game for them for Tottenham when he comes on.
Oh yeah.
I think Saka's probably better dribbler and running with a ball, but Kulusevski's better technically.
Yeah.
I think Saka's still a bit scruffy in it and what he does sometimes.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue with that. Yeah. I mean,
Kulusevski's
I
a better
think-
technical
I think-
player. If Kulusevski had the
like-
pace of Saka, you got some player there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think he's deceptively quite quick.
He is quick.
Kulusevski, when he run, he don't look like he's quick. When he's going with a ball, he shifts it around very quickly.
Yeah.
Good player. For me, I want him to be more selfish. I want him to get and then bend that, have a shot without bend it to the.
Be a bit
far
like
post.
Son in terms of
The old
coming
left-
in and his.
The old left
be a
foot,
crack.
yeah. He's got it in his lock all day long.
He's definitely,
Yeah.
like I said, definitely a good player.
Mm.
But when you think about it, there's quite a lot of players out there that Arsenal have looked at and went, and then they go on to be fucking.
No, we
superb
could
players.
all say that, mate. We'd all say that.
Yeah,
Spurs have never been that kind of draw.
about them, isn't it?
We had Jack Grealish sign a seal delivered for 25 million, but Levy only wanted to pay 15, and then
Oh mate,
thought he'd mug off the owners, and then the new owners come in and said, "Stick up your
Yeah.
arse, we're keeping him."
we got plenty of money.
He had his bags packed. He said goodbye to the fucking rest of the team.
Yeah,
Well,
Do you know
to
what
be
I
honest, I think he got away with one there. He ain't that good, is
Nah,
he?
he's a good player. He's a good player. It
At
just takes
25
time to
million
blend
he's
in
worth.
City.
but 100 million no.
It takes time to blend in the City's team, and
It takes time, but on the other hand, I don't think he's getting the game time that he
Exactly,
really
yeah,
needs.
exactly.
I
But
thi-
you
I
don't,
think he's-
you don't at
he's-
City, do you? He rotates
No.
heavily amongst that front line.
But 100 million, 100 million is not a player that takes time, especially with someone that's been in that league as well.
That's not his fault. He didn't ask over 100 million, did
But
he?
No.
It's still difficult when you're coming in and on of a game. You're not.
Exactly. There's no rhythm.
No. You're in and out of a game. You're coming in. You're getting substituted.
I love Grealish at Spurs. Put it that way, mate.
Yeah,
I think you give him a free role, and he can
Just let him
do,
crack
he
on.
can do he can do bits. I mean,
Yeah, he is. He's a good player.
for me,
He's
he's
no
not
Odegaard, though, is he?
Huh?
No Odegaard, is he?
He's definitely no Odegaard.
He don't play enough, mate. I think Grealish is quality, but
No,
as
he's-
Sal says, at
no,
Villa,
I
he's used to finding a front man. I think if he played more now, he'd be better because obviously he's got a target man. So he knows what he's just got to get there and get that ball in. And no Haaland's there waiting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cyclops,
Yeah.
you mean?
Mm.
That's what I'm
Huh?
calling him from now. Cyclops.
In the fridge.
Geezer's
He's-
lethal.
You're dreading him coming back and after Christmas and after the World Cup, innit?
Yeah.
Come back like that, fucking.
Hello,
He's like the Winter Soldier, innit? He's plugged into that machine. He's waiting for 4 weeks, and he comes back, and someone's going to cop it.
Thankfully, they're delaying announcing the Arsenal Man United, Man City, even game.
That'll be a
Yes.
good game, you know. I think that's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
If
It's going to be an
played
amazing
anytime
game.
soon.
No,
If it's played anytime soon.
Honest, I think for for the City game or for City, they've got a lot of games coming up.
Yeah.
That's why obviously I don't want to break momentum, but I'm thinking if we can come back properly, maybe cut the signings in January, it's not beyond us to win it.
Do you know what?
No, the thing is-
I'll be honest. Do you know what the
City
worrying
have
thing
got
for
two
me?
games against Tottenham. Tottenham always grab something against City for some reason. Whether I don't think they will this year.
I
But
won't say that this year, mate.
we've got 2 games against us. We win one of them games. All of a
And that's what
sudden,
it takes.
and
That's all
they're
it
going to
takes.
go deep into the Champions League. They're still in the League Cup. They're going to go deep into the FA Cup. They've got a lot of games coming up.
You can't give City the sort of half that we've been giving teams, mate. We'll get fucking annihilated. fucking hell.
They'll be licking their lips with your lot, I tell you.
Oh yeah, imagine Haaland against Eric Dyer. Oh,
Yeah, I do think Haaland would be captained quite a lot when he in the old dream team.
I've made it captain. I've left it, and
Because you've not actually played them yet, have you?
Emerson Royal. No,
Oh, their
because it's
game
with the
got
old
called off
Queen.
because of the Queen, wasn't it?
And to be honest, that did us a favour then, because that's when he was.
He was definitely on it.
He scored the 2 hat tricks, didn't he? And then he come back and scored another one. So I was like, "Thank fuck that," because he would have got it against us. I know that. Well, 50p.
Yeah. But so, what do you think of the season now? Second half of the season, what you looking for? What do
You know
think
what?
about?
I was just about to say the worrying thing for me, and I said this. Get Dan back in.
I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not having that. He's gone to your side.
That's it. Move him over there.
No. Come on, one more.
I'll tell you
Keep
what.
going.
I'll tell you what.
There.
We'll have Harry down there. Giuseppe up there. You up there.
It's a bit like Blanky,
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh,
Blockbuster. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worrying thing for me is a lot of Tottenham fans are quite dismissive of you lot, saying, they'll come unstuck sooner rather than later, blah, 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 blah.
Everyone's saying that.
But everyone said the exact same thing about Leicester.
Yeah,
That's the worrying
what I
thing
think,
for me. Yeah, that's the worrying thing for me. Is that everyone keeps saying that, but every time they come up, you lot come up against a challenge, like a big game, a Chelsea away, a Liverpool at home, you're winning them. And you think, fucking, running out of times for this to happen.
But that's the thing, isn't it? When you think about it, everyone has been like, they'll fall off. You know, and it's just a case of, well, at the minute, we're just going game by game. Like, obviously, it's got to be in the player's edge. Yeah, do you know what? We're in the title race here. It's got to be. But realistically, as an Arsenal fan, I'm there like, look, I still believe City win it. Even though we've got a few points ahead of them. I just think I'm enjoying the ride, man. It's been great. And watching all these rival fans and the pundits alone, it's just great. Because they just hate us. And you know when you're making progress because you hate it as much as you hate it.
Thing is, I think the problem is for you is the break. You don't want it, yeah.
No, the thing is,
because as soon as they come back, so you know City just going to go right, fucking afterburners on. They'll win 10 games in a row because they've just got the ability to do it. I think it's like they're like, we know we've got the second half of the season to sort this out.
But then, in the same sense, at the minute, we ain't too far off that pace as
you
well.
are where you are. You are where you are. But I think is that World Cup gonna fuck you up? Because that momentum you've got.
I don't think it does.
We
won't know. We'll find out sooner rather than later.
Momentum-wise, it fucks us momentum-wise.
I think it might do us a favour. As long as they don't go too deep in the competition, because obviously, you're saying the final is so close to the 5-6 days away from the first game of the season, or the first game back.
Boxing Day,
yeah.
So I think it's quite quick.
19th to Boxing Day. If you've got a team, say like Brazil, and you've got Martinelli, Jesus, they get to the final, they're not going to be back for Boxing Day.
I tell you what, I was about to say that. How many players are going to come back injured? Yeah, because back then they had no Christmas for their family. Yeah, straight off the plane.
There'll be a lot.
Final, yeah. They'll be doing the old Neymar his sister's birthday, innit?
Yeah.
I feel a bit tight here, and the old hamstring feeling a bit dodgy.
Any team that wins it are not going to. They're going to go to their own country first to celebrate with a trophy, and they're going to go. So they're not going to be back in. So So
They
like
were
a team.
January, mid-January.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, but at least
Especially Brazil win it, they won't be back till February, mate.
So Harry, if England wins, does that delay the restart of the Premier League?
No,
no.
there's too much. There's too much money in it for the Premier League.
They'll still have the parade.
Too
and
much money
everything,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
they'll
no, they're
probably cancel the parade because the cost of living crisis or health and safety or something like that. There'd be a reason why we can't have it.
But yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm
That's my
Let's
worst
say-
nightmare, really, because then another 4 years of Southgate.
he's got a contract anyway, and he already
Oh,
signed
fuck.
him. I don't know about that. He's in.
Fucking, no.
I think
Didn't
to me-
Neymar say that England was the favorite?
Who?
Who?
Neymar?
Oh, yeah. Before or after the bottle of whiskey, then. There's no way England are
Something.
favourites
He
in
said
this.
it might have been Argentina and England, but he said pretty sure that he said England as one of the
It's
favorites.
mad, mate. No
Nah, the
chance.
thing is, like, you got to think, we're used to playing in like 10, maybe 12 degrees at this time of year, not 40, and all that stupidness. No,
I don't think it's the heat. I just think it's just the way we play. We'll beat a few shit teams, but then, I mean, I
Well, the
can't
thing
wait
is-
to see a back five and two holding midfielder play against Iran. You know what I mean? We're like Tottenham. We just bore the life out of people.
I do think that we're in we're the wrong side of the group, or we're on the wrong side of the draw, aren't we? Because
On the tree,
if we win, if us and France both win win our groups, we play each other in the quarterfinal or the qualifying round after that.
Is it?
Yes, we get France really early.
you know what we
they're-
do, innit? Right, we just let the States take it, right? So they get France, and we'll just go through as runners up.
Yeah, but we'll probably lose against whoever we play anyway. Let's be honest.
Hugo will have
Against
a
anyone who
Twitter
can
and-
play a decent bit of football for England always turns us over. Let's be honest.
True,
Yeah.
because there's no two ways about it. It's going to be us in the States to go through, innit?
Wales good, but Wales could.
Well, the
could do
Toughies
really
could put up a surprise. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, you got to. It's all about that first game, innit? You got to get that first win.
True.
Win that first game.
Who's the US main man, Giuseppe?
Who's the main man?
Yeah.
Pulisic, Reina. Those probably be their two best. McKinnon. Those are their best guys. I
Right,
think.
so we're
So,
going England, Wales.
Does the
Harrison.
Leeds guy play from Harrison? Is he?
Yeah, Arison. Yeah, he's good too. I forgot about him. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, you got some good players, Americans. They're not bad
Yeah.
teams.
You got Tyler Adams in, yeah, as well.
Tyler Adams. Yeah. The
You
I
got-
think they'll beat. I think they'll beat England.
problem with USA is a lot of people think the coach is a clown.
You've got a pushing action there from Chelsea.
Yep. Pulisic,
Who's
yep.
the coach for America?
Greg Berhalter.
I've never heard who that is.
Yeah. He's
The only thing, I tell you, the only American football I remember used to remember was Alexi Lalas. Was that him?
yeah.
I remember when I used to have my '94 sticker book, and you see him with a big fucking barnet and a beard like that. It's always one that stood out.
He's a big TV pundit over here as far as
Is he?
the league in America, the MLS, and
Yeah.
the national team soccer.
Maybe we see a bit of him at the World Cup, eh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that Italian one at the World Cup. No, the bird one. Have you seen her about pictures of
Yeah.
her? Ravensall.
We'll see. I
What
I
about
think,
Portugal? What are we saying about them?
I think
Who?
USA doesn't make it out of the group, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, I reckon they're quite surprised. I reckon they'll be surprising. So what about Portugal?
Portugal, I think they'll make it out of the group. After that, who knows with them? I'm also down on their coach Santos. He's like that Portuguese for you guys for Southgate. He plays like just terrible football. I think, and he's really hampered a lot of what Portugal can do the best is attack.
Portugal got some good players.
So I'm saying we have our attacking players is our best players, and we sit back against a lot of these teams, and it's just mind-boggling to me. But he did it in the Euros and won, so they've stuck with him, and now we'll see. I hope they do well, though.
What's happening with Fernandez and Ronaldo getting on, or is he upset him?
They're sharing a room.
Did you see that? See when they met up, that was the most awkward handshake I've ever seen in my life.
Well, if you see, like I watch all these things because I got no life, but Juan Mario said in the press conference that it was some sort of joke. Who knows what really goes on?
Yeah, joke, yeah.
But he was saying that they were joking around. I forget exactly what the exact quote was, but yeah, there's a lot. There's obviously a lot going on within the camp, I guess, right now, we'll say. It's all of who you follow media-wise. Is there dissension? Is there not? I guess we're going to find out, right, when the World Cup starts.
Is Felix in the squad?
Yep, he's there.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
He actually
Very
just started again. He sat on got his butt benched for about 4 or 5 games and started back playing
Again, he went for what, 100 million?
Yeah,
That
over
weren't his fault. That weren't his
over
fault.
100 million. Another
I mean-
Benfica product. That's the best academy.
Yeah, well, a lot of the Brazilians go to Portugal, innit? Because you speak the same language, so
Correct.
it's so there's a natural home for them. But one thing that does baffle me is why so many of them go to Russia. Because you get a few of them over there, the old and Ukraine or
They do
Shakhtar
like them
next,
over there as
yeah,
well, don't they?
Shakhtar the next, and hit the old Brazilians over. And you think that's probably as further away in climate, culture, and anything as there is to Brazil, but they
Well,
seem to go there en masse.
Money.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Money.
Not that much money in there compared to
It's
where they
gotta
go,
be.
but
Think, if
you
if
got to
you're a
pick
big-
up these Brazilian stars. How many of them come from like Willian and
No, but when you think about it, it's actually quite a smart move
If you're a
because
Brazilian,
they go
kid-
from there to Russia, right? European football.
Oh yeah, I can see it by them, but you think it's so far away in terms of the distance, the culture, the climate, everything.
Not
It's,
really in terms when you think about it properly, because America and Russia practically touch each other. If you look on the globe,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but we're
They're
talking
actually
Brazil and
quite
Russia.
close.
Still a big
Yeah,
distance
last year, yep.
between them.
he's
Yeah,
right.
no,
Yeah, he's right.
But when you think about it, it's not too far fetched.
Yeah, but they're not in well, they're Western Russia, innit? Like that's where most of it happens. They're like, that's Russia. You've got about 8 planes to get through that anyway. Yeah, it's a massive country as it is.
It is a
But
big old
strange.
country.
It's strange how they all end up there. A lot
Yeah,
end
I
up
suppose.
there.
It's got to
Maybe
be.
it's
It's
just
gotta be
down to
money.
money.
issue, I think.
Got to be
right?
that.
It's got to be money. Because, like you're
Fair
saying, why wouldn't you go somewhere where you can speak the language and if it's
Yeah,
similar to your culture, right? It makes more sense.
Well, the thing is, you're
It's
definitely
warm.
not going to go from Portugal, Brazil to
There must
Russia,
be the
thinking, do you know
there
what?
must be the women,
mm.
Maybe.
Russian women.
You know what, it's
yeah, the
possible,
old,
to be
yeah,
fair.
the old, yeah, the old blonde hair, blue eye mob. Yeah,
Just looking at Portugal's group, that's quite a difficult group, isn't it?
Yeah, I got South Korea,
hey.
Ghana, I believe,
Uruguay.
and, Uruguay. Yep.
Yeah.
So is everyone's dark horses then?
Ooh,
that's a
that's
good
good. That's a
question.
good question, that is, mate. Very good question.
I think
Listen.
Uruguay is going to do really. I don't know.
I'm
if they're
going to go
good, but
Carter. Oh,
think
fucking
they're very
Qatar.
good.
Well, I can't. Why is it I can't pronounce that properly?
Avatar.
Qatar.
Qatar. There you go.
Denmark
gonna
for
go-
me.
They're going to win it. Qatar.
Denmark, good shout.
Denmark.
Yeah,
Højbjerg in
Denmark's
the
not bad,
squad. Got Højbjerg. Got to go Denmark.
yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah, I was looking at
That's a
them.
good shout.
Netherlands.
Poland, not a
Yeah.
bad team. Poland, decent team.
There's some good players. Van Dijk is a good player, and he's good at the back. They're quite good going forward.
They've got
Got Gakpo as well.
Depay and Bergwijn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works well. Who do you think's going to win it?
Brazil are the favourite.
I tell you who might be a hard team to crack actually. Switzerland, because you saw that in the Euros. France got
Who?
one last night,
Yeah,
didn't
no,
they? Switzerland.
They,
They got
Granit's
that
even-
Schick
Granit's even
and
better
all
now
that.
than he
Yeah,
was.
they got some good players in that team.
Why is no one mentioning Belgium though?
I was literally just about to say Belgium.
Ah, but they always let you down,
They always
don't they?
choke.
You think
They always choke.
I
Yeah.
think they got a great team, great
Choke.
players, but I don't think they've got a great team. Like,
Yeah,
they
but
don't,
it's-
don't seem to
Well,
work, does it?
Have they still
Who's the
got
manager?
Vertonghen and what's name at the back? They seem to be
Alderweireld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alderweireld.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alderweireld and Vertonghen still. They're
Alderweireld
still
plays,
centre halves?
Alderweireld plays in guitar, doesn't he?
Oh, really?
Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
so, yeah.
No,
So he
he's
knows
back
all
in
the strip
Belgium,
clubs. He knows all the
Toby.
bars.
Toby's back in Belgium. He went to Antwerp, ain't he?
I don't know. I thought he played
Oh,
guitar.
right.
I
Vertonghen,
can't
yeah.
see. Yeah, I can't see them doing anything really. It's
Vertonghen left Benfica.
much
Yeah,
about Belgium, isn't it?
problem with Belgium. They've been overhyped for so many years, haven't they? And they've never done anything.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that the last World Cup that was their chance. I
They're
think
one
they
of
finished
those
third,
teams
didn't they?
that,
But as soon as they started getting through, they turned boring. They went negative.
They're one of those teams that's good on paper but never gets the result.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
got all the players there.
Yeah,
They've
you-
And now
always been
Hazard,
like-
and now Ian Hazard's too worried about getting in the bakery for the old jam tarts. Yeah, that's
Lukaku's
one of
not
their
played
best
in-
players gone. Yeah,
In 5 weeks, is he?
Another-
6 weeks.
Another one partial to the bakery. So there are a few problems
Bagels.
there.
You say bagels?
Bakery.
Bagel.
Mm.
Bagel.
Bagel, yeah.
Giuseppe,
The old Brick Lane bagel, yeah.
Did you say?
The old salt beef bagel.
Did you say Giuseppe? Did you say Uruguay?
Yes.
Yeah, is that
Sorry?
is Luis Suarez still there, or is he still in
Yeah.
the squad?
I think he's there. Yeah.
Ivani, yeah, they're an older team, but I think they know how to play. They play well together too.
Horrible
Yeah.
team, you know, they just fucking kick shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
They're
Kick,
like
back,
Spurs.
back,
They're a hard
proper
You need
kick
that,
bollock
don't you?
and bite, everything. Proper kick
Remember
bollock and bite.
Remember that
can have
one,
it all.
the Asamoah Gyan, where he handballed it off the line and he missed a penalty?
Yeah,
yeah.
Fucking
That was
horrible
quality.
team.
That was
They're
no
nice,
one
yeah. All the South
Uruguay
American
knocked out
teams are.
Portugal the last World
Yeah,
Cup.
horrible little bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just the horrible to play against.
Yeah,
Time
they-
wasting, there's diving, there's
it's
kicking you
terrible.
up in the air. It's not pleasant.
They knocked us out last World Cup.
Yeah, I know.
I think the RGs are strong this year. I think they're,
Yeah,
Who? Argentina?
yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
good.
the other team that could be not a bad time is old Serbia.
yeah, they've got some handy players. Yeah,
They can keep-
Poland got some good players.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
similar to
team.
Serbia, really. If they can keep clean
Yeah.
sheets or keep it tight, they'll Mitrovic, who always scores, Lewandowski,
Yeah.
who always score.
they're a tough nut to crack as well.
Yeah,
because
they're
big
not a
boys.
team you really want in the group stage.
Well,
Yeah. Can you imagine Mitrovic going bananas in the World Cup and doing something stupid, can't you? Nutting someone or something like that.
if this is the most fixed World Cup ever, as some people are saying it is, right?
Yeah.
You got to think from a TV standpoint. It's either going to be Argentina versus Brazil or Messi versus Ronaldo in the finals. You
Yeah.
want to talk about
you know what?
people going nuts?
You just stole that from me. I was going to say the saddest thing is out of that is that we'll never see them two at a World Cup again.
No,
That's going to be sad. 'Cause
We have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way to go out, right? Imagine if that was the finals. It would be,
Yeah.
it would be
It'd be
pandemonic.
good.
like, we'll
Haven't-
never
haven't they
see them two again.
Haven't they done it so Messi's 1,000th game would be the World Cup final?
Is it? I didn't know that. Maybe,
Yeah.
That'd be
It
crazy too.
He had to miss the last game for PSG and he missed it. He was injured or whatever he was. But yeah, it turns out if they get to the final, his 1,000th game will be
Fucking
World
hell,
Cup final.
That's
Written in the
just written
stars.
stars, isn't it? Yeah, all day long.
That's what I'm saying. It would be.
So should it be? He deserves it. But either one of them. But imagine that immense, isn't it?
It'd probably be the biggest sporting event ever, right?
They are in the opposite sides of the group, aren't they? They can get to the final
Yeah.
together.
Who is
They don't play each other anywhere else going up.
Well, I remember that the Euros, Portugal shit their way to that, didn't they? There was, I don't think they won a game, didn't they, till the final?
that's
Oh,
right.
They didn't win a game in 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We won plenty of games. We hoisted the
yeah,
trophy.
yeah. Like did they not win a game in 90 minutes through the whole
No,
run
they-
to the final?
It wasn't pretty in this group stage. We'll say that, and then
Yeah.
we went to penalty kicks and extra time. I think
Yeah.
I want to say
I
almost
remember
every-
the final.
maybe all but one game in the knockout.
Yeah, that was France, wasn't it? Was that in France?
Yeah, we beat France.
Yeah.
I remember in the final, them fucking like Avatar fucking locust things tearing around the gaff.
Yeah,
Swarm the stadium, didn't they? Everyone's
fucking
like that. And then Ronaldo got injured.
That was it. Yeah, he was on the side being a cheerleader, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Running up and down like
Hey, guy can even cheerlead. Okay, the guy can do it all. He can cheerlead,
Alone.
coach.
It was like when Greece won it.
No,
Oh, I remember that.
I
You know
think
what? That
Yeah,
it was-
in Portugal.
that was July the 4th,
cried many a tears. on that day,
2004,
I think.
because I remember that. That's the day my dad died. So I always remember that, watching that later on. So I was just like,
That
just
was-
sitting there like, don't
that was a
know what's
tough
going
game.
on.
Yeah,
All it
I
was
remember
was
seeing that.
they scored every corner that went in, didn't they? And
Yeah.
just didn't concede.
Yeah, it was mad, innit? But again, someone's like, they're going to lose eventually. They won the first game, just carried on, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, the Portugal coach now is the coach for Greece in that game.
Oh, Otto Rehagel, whatever his name is.
No, Santos. Santos was coaching Greece, I believe, wasn't he at that time? 'Cause he
No,
came from Greece
no,
was
Greece
in-
was Otto. It was Otto, wasn't it? It was Otto Rehagel, whatever his name is.
in 4.
2004, the one that ran it for Greece.
I thought Santos was coaching because that's kind of how he came back.
No,
to the-
Santos was the coach for Greece in the World Cup in Brazil.
Okay, sorry. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kyle.
No,
This guy's got the knowledge. I like it. Very good.
Oh, fuck, what about
Well
me?
done,
I was the one who named the manager.
Yeah, you
Fucking
did. You
hell
did
about
good
me.
too. I was
Fucking hell.
off. I was the dummy. I was off. I was the dummy. I missed it by a couple of years.
So who do we think is going to be the old star player? Who are we looking forward to seeing?
Ronaldo.
I'd have to.
Joe, I'm gonna go. I'd like to see a youngster come on and just blow it away. Just any youngster that's just not actually really known of. Just to
I got
mix it up.
I got a feeling it's going to be that old Vinicius Junior. I think he's going to have a really good.
Yeah, he's lethal. That, but he's very well known. You don't play for Real Madrid and not be unknown, do you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but or hopefully Saka has a good tournament and all. I think he's playing really well.
I'd like to see. I would actually like to see Foden turn it on as well.
You know, I was about to say that. Exactly what I was about to say. I want to see him. He's a great player.
He's such a great player.
Bellingham.
Who's that?
Bellingham from Dortmund.
Bellingham, yeah.
Don't mind, James, to be fair.
That's going to be his breakout, yeah. If Foden ever wants to get to Saka's level, he's got to start doing it, hasn't he?
Oh, have a day off, you can't. Fucking hell. Every time Southgate picks him, he puts him on the right. It's like, he don't play there.
No,
or puts him left back. Yeah, great. Thanks.
Yeah. I think he's delighted. I mean, it's Southgate, isn't it? It's just fucking.
He is a dickhead, Southgate.
Because he's got to play Sterling. He's got to put Foden out of position. You're like, well, there's a reason why Pep Guardiola, every big game, played Foden instead of Sterling on the left-hand side.
Yeah. The weekend is a classic example of it, the way that he took that goal.
Oh, he's a great player, Foden.
That was a naughty little goal.
Especially in tight areas, a ball just sticks to him, innit?
I think that could be handy again for him during this World Cup as well, because he's being small and quite quick. I think he can get you places. But
yeah,
you know what's really sad as well, that we never ever see Messi come to the Premiership.
Yeah, it was a sad one.
I think that's quite a sad thing. Listen, I know he's obviously been paid whacks of money out in Barcelona. He's never. I just think it's a very sad thing that he would have been such an amazing thing to have. Go on, son.
Yeah, you make me cry. You make me cry. You make me cry, mate.
The old brain's coming out, or what?
Yeah. Did you see it? Yeah, fit on there.
But I just think it's just a sad thing, isn't it? I was watching a documentary on him. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It was on. I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and his rise was just phenomenal. You know, his football as a kid, he was just such an intelligent player. It was just phenomenal watching him. You know.
Yeah, natural talent, isn't it?
Just phenomenal. Yeah. Some of the football he played was just incredible. Yeah.
And his finishing is just unbelievable.
That is the thing between sort of the Ronaldo Messi thing, isn't it? Messi was just, it's all natural. It's just, he's just got.
Ronaldo had to work for
Ronaldo is, he is the pinnacle of, if you train and work hard, that's what you can achieve.
That's it. One's God given, one's made.
Yeah, he's naturally gifted, like a Maradona, like a Messi, but he's just trained himself to like a robot, like a
dedication,
absolute machine.
He's
that's what I'm saying. You're going to lose him this year. Potentially, he could bow after the World Cup and retire because obviously he ain't playing for Man United anymore. Messi the same.
I think he walks into a Premier League team, to be honest.
Yeah, I would do, but I don't think he will. I don't think no one will go there. And then you got Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale retire after this World Cup. Another great player. You're losing quite a few there. At one point, that was your top 3 players in the world.
Even Hazard. At one point, he was not up there with them.
Yeah, but he's been gone for a couple of years now. Since he went to Real Madrid, it's never.
Yeah, nice.
Supposedly Messi's going to come to play in the States over here.
Yeah, there is talk that he's going to end up in America, isn't there? I reckon he will.
Do a year there, innit?
By the sounds of it, I reckon he'll go back to Barcelona in the summer for a season, and then he's going to join old Phil Neville, and Phil Neville's going to be his manager.
Yeah, he's going to play
that Miami thing. That Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah.
Into Miami.
Yeah. That's good for them, isn't it? It's good for them. But it's a shame the amount of players we're not going to see again after.
Yeah.
I also think this is the new players coming through. You got your Mbappe's, your Vinicius Juniors, your Bellinghams.
You got Saka,
Declan Rice, Saka. These are the future
Smith
stars.
I'm going to throw Smith Rowe in there. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Now, Harry, with the new style and new generation of players, do you worry that there's just not going to have the same kind of, like we're talking about, work ethic, right? To get to the levels of like the Messi's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We'll never see that again. I'll be very shocked if we see that again.
No.
2 players like that.
Yeah, I don't think. Not necessarily. I don't think they don't work hard for it, but I don't think No, I don't think we'll ever see them sort of numbers again. Them numbers are ridiculous.
Technically,
No,
you never see technically. You know, you watch how he used to he just glides, Messi. He's just like
Yeah.
giving the ball. I watched this. It was just phenomenal watching. I must admit, I was privileged to see him in the Emirates when they ripped us apart in the Champions League. I don't know if you remember it.
We
And
smashed
they were
them.
just the first half. I've never been so mesmerised in a game of
You know
football.
what? When we played Barcelona in the Champions League group game, I weren't there because my son was being born that day. But a lot of Spurs fans say that you just sat there and just in awe of what Messi was doing that game. And
It's
just
just-
like, what can you do? What can you do?
The only other team that have done that to us, and you go there and you think, so I was there at that Barcelona one, and I was also the year after the Bayern Munich. They were just smashing it from one side of the pitch to the other. The ball was moving so quick. You think, what fucking hell, not one pass out of place. They were
Yeah. We had that with Nabry, mate, when he when they battered us 7-2. You think every finish he did was pinpoint accurate, like unsavable. Every fucking
remember
finish.
that
All
game.
4 of his goals, you're like,
I remember that game.
it's
yeah.
all of them across the keeper, right in the corner, side netting, whatever. You're just like, I mean, he shouldn't get through that easy, but when he got in front of goal, the finishing was just out of this world.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
The Bayern Munich,
composure.
I think we missed a penalty at 0-0. Ozil missed a penalty, and then after that, it was just
Yeah,
you're watching them, and you think ridiculous. How can a team get to that level and not sort of just win everything every single year? Obviously, they do,
Yeah.
but
I tell you, the big shame this year, the World Cup, is that Haaland's not going.
Oh yeah.
Because you think that you want to see them players at the World Cup.
The future is going to be his, though. I think he's going.
Yeah, I think he will set the records for the standards for goals, but
I think
in
he's
terms of technical players like we've seen the Messis and Ronaldos, I think it's going to be a long, long time before we see anything like that.
Yeah.
The only one that's close I've seen that probably's got the technical ability like Messi is probably Phil Foden.
The crazy thing
the way
about
he can run with the ball.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the thing with the Ronaldo and Messi debate too, that is it's always very heated because you're either one way or the other. And if
I just think to savor the fact you got to see 2 players like that at the same time.
Believe it or
Normally
not,
one comes along every 10 years. We've got both for the whole time.
I'm on that train too. Believe it or not, I obviously lean towards the one that I relate to more. I guess we'll say, but yeah, no, it's
who had more technical ability, Messi or Maradona? I mean, for me, when I didn't see him play, but when you see videos of him playing,
he's phenomenal.
When you think that the whole time the geezer's on about 10 pints.
And a few lines.
And about 10 lines, yeah.
I was just going to say, yeah.
I've never seen someone so natural on the ball. Just no matter what he did, it's just instant touch. The pitches were fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Freak.
Gascoigne was similar. The things.
Yeah, Gascoigne was phenomenal as well to watch.
The best thing is for these players that we see now is that they look after themselves. Where before you had like George Best, could get the booze. Maradona on the gear.
Yeah.
Gascoigne on the cans. You know what I mean? It's a shame when you see what they ended up being resorted to. You know what I mean? Gascoigne turning up on the riverbank with 4 cans of beer, talking to a geezer about to blow his head off, and fucking Maradona obviously.
And if you someone like
Maradona doing bugle in the stands and all that shit.
If he had the same dedication that Ronaldo had, imagine the player he would have been.
Yeah, Rooney, another one. Rooney couldn't look after himself properly. He likes a beer, and you think, what a waste.
And dodgy women.
Yeah.
Isn't Rooney like 2 years younger than Ronaldo or something like that? Somebody was saying that.
Yeah, he's younger.
Yeah, sound like that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
You wouldn't think if you look at them side by side.
Yeah, no,
I did like Ronaldo's interview where he basically said, "Fuck him, he's ugly."
Not fucking wrong there, is he?
Poor old Rooney sitting there.
All those years I was backing you up on the pitch, you tosser.
And all he said, I seen the Rooney interview. All he said was, for someone that's been at the top of his game for so long, it must be hard for him to be on the bench. And he sort of Ronaldo turned around and said, "Oh, fuck him, ugly git."
He's taking it too far, isn't he? He's taking it one step too far. That's the problem. He gets all blown out of proportion.
I'll tell you what, we'll end on that.
Yeah, man.
The Ronaldo thing. I haven't watched it yet because obviously the first one's I think it's only just dropped.
Oh yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
I will.
So-
Can I say one thing for Ronaldo on behalf of him?
Go on, then, spokesperson.
Sorry.
Ronaldo fan club. Here we go.
No. I just wanted to say, I'm not saying obviously the timing and everything I disagree with. But some of the stuff that he was saying about like with his kid and how his one kid passed away and then the other twin was sick and the club didn't believe that the kid was sick and then he didn't come to camp late and it kind of made it like he wanted to skip out. I think that's
I'm
to
getting
me
feedback,
that's
mate.
the root of all evil. Right? I think that's where the thought comes from. His anger about everything comes from that just simple thing. I think and. I think that for him was the straw that broke the back. He asked to leave, and they wouldn't even let him leave after that. So that was all. I think
One
that's
final thing. Yeah, it's a fair point, Giuseppe. It's a sad thing, and listen, it's a massive thing now, and who knows what's going to happen to it. But who's going to win the World Cup then? Pete?
All right,
Brazil.
before we crack on, I
Brazil,
think
me.
I think France. I've said France. I still think they're in there.
Harry reckons Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah.
Giuseppe?
I was gonna say Brazil, but I don't want to copy Harry, so I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to let me think. Come back to me.
Okay. Carl, who do you reckon is going to win it?
Carl's froze.
Oh, Carl's frozen, yeah. What about Dan?
Boot him out.
I will copy Harry. I reckon Brazil's got it.
What do you reckon, mate?
Really difficult. I'm going to go for Uruguay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it. Since you went
Uruguay.
Uruguay, as the pro Ronaldo person, this is gonna pain me to say this. Argentina then.
Oh.
I just think the Heat and everything. I just think
Yeah.
it's going to be a South American team because I think the Heat's going to play a big factor.
It's a good point.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Can't-
And,
So-
and also I fucking hate the Frogs as well. So apart from Arsene Wenger, and Vieira and Petit and Henry,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of French. I'm not a fan of France, but as a nation, but I think the football team is
yeah,
still very, very good. You still got Benzema there, who's like
Yeah, they're a brilliant
always
team, yeah.
fucking do it.
yeah,
Mbappe.
yeah. We shall see.
It'd be
So
one of them.
Ronaldo, so the Ronaldo interview, right? Obviously, Giuseppe released a statement on Ronaldo's behalf a couple of minutes ago. What do you lot think about it? Do you mind it? Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's right? Do you give a
For
shit?
me, I think actually what he says
Mm.
is correct, and maybe should be said that the stadium hasn't been redone since he left. The training ground's a bag of shit. The chefs, they're not updated. They're not with sort of getting with the
nutrition and all
times.
that. Yeah.
But I think the timing was wrong. I think it was very weak of him to do it then because he knew he weren't going to go back to Man United. If he had some bollocks, he'd have done it 2 weeks ago while he was still there.
But maybe he didn't want to disrupt the season, like because it was still
late
playing.
now.
So
But
yeah, but the season's stopped now, isn't it? So the sort of time it restarts again. Everyone's talked about the World Cup and everything else. They forgot about it. That's if he's gone by then.
Mm.
but they took down the old big poster of him above Manchester United Stadium today, above the shop, didn't they? Today it was down today.
Yeah, but that could just be them like doing renovations like we are. I don't think it is personally.
It seems a bit obvious they're taking the Ronaldo picture down, doesn't it? I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
For me, I'm with Harry. I've not got a single problem with it. Now, I know people that do have a problem with it, and I think it's just one of the things you're either going to be okay with it or you're not. For me, everything he said was right. As Harry said, if you're a Man United fan, remember they won the league fucking most years in a row, didn't they? They were like winning it. If they're not winning it, they were second under Fergie, and all of a sudden, since then they've dropped off a cliff. Obviously, we all say no Fergie, no United now. But if you're a Man United fan, you want to know what the fuck's going on. Then you hear that you got the whole thing with the Glazers. Then you hear that, basically, and you hear Gary Neville talk about the stadium, how it's falling apart and all that. Remember, Old Trafford
but he's
was
not the
pinnacle.
first person to come out and call him out about it.
No, but he said the
Abramovich did
stadium's
it.
falling apart.
Mourinho did it.
Yeah, but the stadium is shit now. It's falling apart. It's well behind the times, isn't it? Was the pinnacle of stadiums in the mid 90s, like early 2000s. Now it's dropped off a cliff. And then they talk about the players like Jadon Sancho ramming
God.
chocolate cake down his throat, and you think you're looking at if he says you're looking at Sancho now, who's out of form. He's not going to. He's not going to the World Cup, is he?
No.
Yeah, he's out of form. He went for big money, and you think if someone like Ronaldo is telling you you're wasting your time, you're wasting your career doing this shit, you got to
And
listen.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Don't forget that toss of Greenwood as well.
Yeah, well, we'll never see him again. But you think these people, you think he's sitting there, and he's obviously he put so much dedication into keeping himself fit to keep going. Yeah, he's lost his pace and all that, but that much dedication. And last season he carried them. Let's be honest, his goals even got them to 7th. Yeah, and obviously we don't know what conversations have been had. I think if they said to him, "Look, this year you're not the main man. You're going to be on the bench a lot." He did ask to leave. They didn't let him leave. For me, I reckon they probably might have kept him for commercial reasons because no one was ever going to come and buy him.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah. So did they keep him for that, which is then wrong? I think for his achievements and dedication to the game, I think he's earned the right to them say, "Look, all right, go and finish it." Bear in mind, he's got a year left at that. You know what I mean? He deserves to play at some level. So he's entitled to have the ump. About that, we won't know because obviously going to hear two sides of the story. But I think the stuff he's saying about the infrastructure and the players dieting, and Mourinho touched on it as well. Pogba and Lingard too busy jumping around doing silly dances and all that bollocks, and they're not concentrating on their game. Where he's a proven winner, the ultimate professional in terms of dedicating to his trade, and he's coming in and seeing all this shit, and then these players are playing in front of him, not performing. He would. I mean, I like the honesty. When Danny Rose come out at Spurs and said, "Look, every time we sign a player, we have to Google him and find out who he is." Yeah, I was like, "Yes, say what we think." So it's hard to comment when you're not a Man United fan, but I'd be interested in what they think about it.
I think there's more to come out because
it's 2 parts, isn't it?
It's 2 parts. I can't see them giving their best juicy stuff right at the start. So is there more? Is there more to come?
Yeah.
I think there's a whole heap to come.
And is that why Fernandez, because he was definitely off of him?
Yeah.
There's no 2 ways about it.
Because today, apparently, see on Twitter, in the interview today, there was nothing said about Fernandez at all. So there was no reason for him to be off.
No, he definitely had that.
And let's be honest, he's lost a kid as well. I mean, one of us that got a kid, you just can't even fathom that.
No, the thing is,
what effect that would have on you. You know what I mean? There's so much at play here. And then your next kid, your twin, is sick, as Giuseppe says. You're panicking galore, aren't you? Your mind's gone. He asked to leave after that. He asked to leave after that. I need to leave. Yeah.
Pete, with that is that's a hard thing to lie about. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it, would you? Let's be honest. And when you're that famous,
lying after
no secrets.
Like I just don't see him lying that after his child died to be like, "Oh, my other kid's sick too." Like, he has no reason to make that up. So I kind of that's why I believe him on that. Like that's what makes me.
He's not money motivated. He's got hundreds of millions in the bank. He'll always earn money in football as a coach or a pundit or whatever.
The thing is, he's going to have fingers in a lot of pies as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
He'll be around for a long, long time.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
And I agree with what you said about United kept him because of the marketing value that he brings.
Yeah,
he said that, I think, in part of that interview. Didn't he say that United's not a club that loves football, it loves marketing?
Yeah.
It's all about marketing. It's selling.
But the thing is, that's the biggest thing that Man United have at the minute, their marketing.
That's right.
Well, that's always been their key revenue, isn't it? That's most of their revenue is selling shirts to Asia.
Yeah.
But obviously that's drying up now because they're all becoming Man City fans.
Well, the thing is, in all fairness, when you think about it,
Tottenham fans because we got Son.
He's our biggest marketing thing, Sonny.
Yeah, that's why we gave him a new contract, mate. Don't worry about that.
All of Asia.
It'd be interesting, but
I
think I've got no problem with it.
I don't agree with what he said about Ten Hag. You can't start calling him out for no reason. I get if he was just going in on the Glaziers, and I think the only thing that's working against Ronaldo at the moment is Man United actually getting some results. So the fans,
they're not exactly ripping it up, though, are they? Let's be honest.
No, to me they've been poor. I think they're lucky. They're getting lucky in a lot of games, but the fans are quite sort of give Ten Hag some time, give some time.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the full ins and outs of what he said about Ten Hag, but
he said I've got no respect for him, didn't he? He said he's got no respect for me. So I've got no respect for him.
Yeah, so we don't know what that means. Obviously, why
is he
that's happened.
no respect for him because they questioned him when he didn't show up to training and tried to make him out like the bad guy? Or is he saying?
Well, yeah,
So much
yeah.
at play here, do you know what I mean? But like I said, if Ten Hag's come in and said, "Yeah, you're part of my plans," then clearly he's not. And bear in mind, this could be his last year. He deserves, I think, the respect to say, "Look, there's no point in you being here. Off you go. You're never going to sell him at that age. Yeah, so you're never going to get any bids for him. Just release him. I'm not being funny. You're saving yourself £2 million a month anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd say I want all my contract paid up first. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I find it very unlikely because he just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
He's turned down bigger offers before.
He
to go
could have
to
went
like
to
the
Saudi
Middle
Arabia.
East. Yeah, and that in a week.
Yeah.
So
Do you guys think because of who did the interview? I guess I was reading this in one of the newspapers articles online that since that guy Pierce Morgan, I think that's his like buddy, and he's not very well liked in the UK. I guess is that true?
He's not very liked anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah. You'd be hard pressed to find someone who actually likes him. To be fair,
America fucked him off. He was in America for, wasn't it? They told him to get lost.
Well, they were saying basically if he had anyone else do the interview, that they think that he'd be getting a lot more leeway about the stuff that he said in the way that the interview was
But
done.
I think Ronaldo's a classic pantomime villain as well in the British press a lot because of he is quite ego. I mean, end day he works that hard. He's earned the right to do that, I think, and he's for what he delivers and the stats he's put up and everything else. If he wants to show off a bit about how hard he works and do that, then he's earned the right, in my opinion.
Every ad he does on Instagram, £2 million per post. So
I mean, he's not going to be short of a few bob, is he? So he's not a Man United for the money.
I think, I think it's got to the point where, as you say, maybe they've had meetings where he said, "Look, can I just go? I just want to go. Cancel rip up my contract, blah blah." Obviously, it's not happened. So now he just thinks, "Well, if I just say yes, they're going to let me go now."
Oh yeah, the timing is definitely to force the issue. No two ways about it. 100%. But when you're at his stage in his career and you think, "Do I want to see the last 6 months on the bench, or do I want to play somewhere?" At any level,
watching Rashford and Martial.
Watching Rashford, who scored 4 goals this year. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, you're going to go. You're going to force your way out. There's no two ways about it.
He's tried to ask to leave. I mean, we don't know the full ins and outs. Obviously, we're only hearing his side, but he's asked to leave. They didn't want him to let him leave. So then, what else can you do? You know what I mean,
it'd be interesting to see what their response is. They say they're going to watch both interviews.
I'm like they haven't seen it already. I'm not being funny. They haven't fucking seen that because they get right to refute it, don't they, and all that.
Well, didn't Ten Hag already do an interview saying that he's not going to play anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
And fair enough. Right? That's his right as a manager.
No, that's 100% fair. I agree. Yeah, I'm just saying he already responded, so he's not coming back one way or another. They're going to figure this out.
Yeah, but if he was promised that he'll still be getting games. And he's not. And let's be honest, he's not because he's out of form, because he's not playing. But
he hasn't been.
And there's no standout performer taking his shirt like Rashford. Do you know what I mean? Who's got 4 goals? Yeah. So it's not as if he's watching someone else come in and he can't. He said, "Well, look what he's doing." You know what I mean? How can I drop him? It's a bit hard to take.
Yeah.
And then the next cunt's ramming fucking Sarah Lee Gattos down his throat, and you're like, "What am I here for?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like being a right back at Spurs. And you got Emerson Royal, and you watch him every week. You think, I might as well not be here.
Well, this is it.
No matter what he does, he's getting shirt every week.
But the thing is, in all fairness, going back to that, just what you're talking about, right? What do you think Spence does? Do you think that realistically he goes, "Fuck it"? Come January, I'm going on loan.
Yeah, Spence. They already said he was going to leave.
Because the thing is, I know they wanted him out in the summer, but he refused to go.
We couldn't have loaned him anyway because we just bought him.
Yeah,
you can't buy a player and loan him straight out.
Yeah, you got to wait till January.
Not to a Premier League
club.
They
already said that Spence is going to go out.
That'd be good for him.
Back to Forest.
They already said Spence, Divine.
It's not a bad shot.
I think they've got enough loans already there. They're
are all going to go out on loan in January. That's the plan, they said.
Yeah, and then we'll have no injury, and we'll have injuries, and we're fucked.
Would you take Ronaldo at Arsenal for 6 months?
Ronaldo?
No.
Do you know what, right? I'll say yes. I would only on a commercial.
Well, after getting rid of Aubameyang, who's
I'll be honest with you. I don't see him.
They're different.
I like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I just think he unsettles the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Aubameyang did that interview, you'd be like, "Fuck off," because you're just a lazy cunt. Yeah, you don't do nothing. Yeah, you're not dedicated to the sport like he is. You're basically a
Yeah,
mercenary.
there's big difference. No, they're polar
Yeah,
opposites.
you know what I mean?
Polar
Oh
opposites.
yeah, they're different personalities. Totally,
Yeah.
100%.
In the same sense, as good as Ronaldo is, and he is a very good player, let's be brutally honest about that. He's also a prima donna.
Yeah, but
No,
he's
no,
not a bad
he
teammate,
like-
according to a lot of his teammates. You don't hear a lot of his teammates talk poorly about him as a teammate.
Oh, I'd have him at Spurs for 6 months, definitely. I
Really?
think
The thing is,
he walks through the door, everyone raises their game. Yeah,
you'd like to
because
think so.
it's
I'll
Ronaldo,
be
and
honest,
he's
you'd
and
like-
his mentality alone. Do you know what I mean? You look
But
at
it's
him.
elite. That's the difference. Like, that's the difference between the likes of him
Yeah.
and many of the Premier League players.
But
He's
who's
got an elite aura about
Sorry.
him.
If he went to Spurs, who's going to drop? Who are you
Well, you
gonna
don't.
pick?
No, he's part of the squad. You don't promise him first.
He's
team
not going to
football.
handle. He's not going to have that though, is he? 'Cause he's doing
Yeah,
that.
but then,
main-
Oh, yeah.
if-
That'd be
if-
my thing. I think
Yeah.
to be honest, I wouldn't want him, but if you were going to bring him in and under the understanding that you ain't going to start, but if we're chasing a game 15 minutes, he'll get you 10 goals at the end of the season. You're coming on.
Oh, easily.
He's happy
But
to do.
if he's
then
thinking he's going to walk into any
maybe-
team in the
maybe
Premier League,
you would-
sorry, mate.
I was going to say maybe you would sign him, but
Yeah.
he's going
Yeah.
to want to go to a team where he's starting every week. Isn't he?
Yeah,
So
but
that's
he
what-
ain't going to get that at 38 years old. So if he's
No.
thinking he can start games, then he's got to have a bit more self-awareness about
The
that.
thing
yeah?
is, he'll probably
even,
end up in
even
America.
someone in
yeah?
his physical condition, he's still 38 years of age.
I think
yeah?
he's going
Yeah.
to play in Europe again. I think.
So I
Germany-
think if you
Germany
bring
or
him in, you say,
Portugal.
look, you're part of the squad, happy days, yeah? You'll get chances and you'll get minutes, yeah? Maybe not games, but you'll get minutes. You'll play a part of the team. Fair, why not?
The thing
You
is,
think,
the truth of the matter is, he will help any team in the Premier League. Let's be fair.
listen, if you're a young player, you've got young players at your squad, and then in your squad, and he walks through the door, yeah? What does it do for them? Yeah, you got someone to emulate straight away, and they watch him. It's all right hearing about what Ronaldo does and all that, but when you see it in the flesh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's different.
It's
kettle.
different, isn't it? It's different. Yeah, there's not many players with that dedication. I mean, Harry Kane is, to be fair, he's not as
Yeah.
good as Ronaldo, but he's got that. You don't see him falling out of nightclubs and all that
No,
sort of bollocks.
He,
He's got
he
the
is
whole.
straight laced, to be fair.
He's
No,
got
no.
the whole nutrition sorted out, and he's got like his own chef and all that shit.
He just falls on the ground a lot.
Oh fucking hell! Oh.
Yeah, but that's only
He's got
because
to get that. Yeah. Have you
he
seen
grew up
Saka
watching Royal
lately?
Perez and whatnot.
Fucking hell! Saka's getting a right old rep for that, mate. Every week there's
But
one
the
of
thing
them.
is, again, watch the replays, man. I'm telling you, there's contact.
Plays of the season. Oh, fuck off, contact. That's a load
There's
of bollocks,
contact.
though. I fucking hate that. Contact doesn't mean a foul.
No,
Yeah, let's be honest.
listen.
Yeah, but it goes down to
what?
driving, isn't it?
It's
what-
a contact sport, not
No, no, no.
fucking
Right.
just because there's. I hate that when you see that in the
When
telly.
he got
Oh,
booked
look,
for
there was
diving,
contact.
right,
Oh, really?
Genuinely, his foot was kicked out from underneath him, but because he flapped his other leg around like a twat, right?
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
So
but the
then
thing
he's
is,
trying to win it, not thingy. When you get fouled, you don't do that. That's like when
Yeah.
people get a slight nudge and they go falling over like that. Or Salah, he
So
gets
most-
touched on the back and then
that's
goes
most of the
falls
Spurs
backwards
squad,
like
isn't it?
that. You're like, people don't fall like that.
But the thing is, like I said, I'd take him commercially wise because he'd bring in a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's a given.
he's not a week in, week out start for Arsenal for me
No.
personally.
But imagine he's playing in
He's
Europa
a
League
game
team.
changer. He's definitely a game changer. Let's be very clear.
Imagine
But-
you got an FA Cup run or something and you just give him that. Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
Because you got a rest of player,
fucking-
you've got Ronaldo in
That
there.
throw him on.
You'll still
the
fill your
Euros.
stadium because people want to come and watch him.
Of course, like
Yeah.
commercially, you'll make millions out of him. Absolute millions.
Mm.
But
And he will raise 10% out of your players because they're like, that's Ronaldo.
it all
Will he go
depends
back to
on
Sporting, Giuseppe?
his understanding of his place
What's that?
in the game.
Yeah.
Will he go back to Sporting?
There's like some rumblings that he's gonna buy Sporting.
That's not. I don't know about the buying part, but that's not a bad shout. To be fair,
But
it's not
gonna
bad.
what?
He's got a good career.
He's got
Could
the
he-
money. Let's have it right.
Could he go
I
back
can
to
see
Sporting?
Messi going back to Barcelona and basically playing for free, but I can't see Ronaldo going to play for Sporting for free.
I think that he will go to. I think he will go to Sporting at one point, and his goal, as he stated, is to play with his kid at the first team level, his oldest son.
Oh,
So
How old is his
oldest son?
oldest? 7.
his oldest,
Well, the way he's going, mate, he can still play at fucking 62.
yeah.
He's that fit. Yeah, I mean, if he carries on like the way he is, you wouldn't know.
He's an animal. Right, let's be fair.
So I don't know, like what with the how old his oldest kid is, 13, 14, I think. So 2 years, maybe give or take. He'll be at Sporting with. They'll play together, maybe.
Is he a good player, his son, or is he just one of them because he's Ronaldo's son? He gets in the team.
He's supposed to be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch a lot of. I've never seen him really play, but from what I
You haven't scouted him yet. What's going on?
no, I haven't got him. He plays for United, so he's on whatever one of those academy teams. You guys.
Oh, so he'll be out and all then, will he?
Yeah, he was started at Juventus, and he's going around with them. But
I'm gonna have to call it a day, boys.
So am I. It's time
Yeah, I
for bed.
think so, yeah.
Work early.
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun
We'll
as
have
well.
to
We'll do a World Cup show.
we'll do World Cup one, yeah, definitely.
Midweek World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
after Portugal play, we'll jump on one then.
Yeah, all right.
England would have played, Portugal would have played, and we'll
I'll bring
get.
some.
We'll jump
I can
on
bring
then.
some good guests for us. Some
Yeah.
Portuguese guests.
That's
That's
we'll,
good.
we'll have
Let's do
the
it, mate.
English at the top and the Portuguese at the bottom.
Yeah. Subtitles. Yeah.
We could do a good one after the U.S. England game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we might have to wake both us up, I think, first. It could be a snooze fest.
No, that's only if they're watching your boys, mate. Have a snooze fest.
Listen, I won't disagree with you, mate. Nothing you can say to me at the moment makes me feel any worse than what I already do watching it.
Battling hard.
Yeah. As you know, I'm the biggest critic, mate. Right, gents.
Right then.
No,
Time to love you, leave you out. Thank you very much for your time.
Laters, boys.
See you later,
See you
mate.
later.
Look after
guys.
yourself.
Yeah, and you.
Take care. See you
See you
later.
later. Cheers, Harry.
And
Bye.
when we do the next one, I will reconvene and let everyone know.
Awesome.
All right, mate.
All right, Philip.